looking through the middle towards Fletcher. Does win it, flicks it on for Patterson, hooks it towards goal! What a finish from Martin Patterson! His second goal of the season. He's back in style. Burnley got an equaliser. Well done, Martin Patterson.
It's Wade Elliott. Brilliant finish from Wade Elliott. Catching Bose Myhill out. And that is the icing on the cake for Burnley.
Burnley have the ball through the centre. It's a good ball wide right to substitute Elliott. Elliott controls, curls, dangerous cross, header, stooping at the far post, and it's Cork who may have decided it in favour of Burnley. Brilliant delivery to the far side.
Gone back here to Austin. Good play from Burnley. Only Rodriguez in the middle though. Austin on his own. Might fancy a shot here. Oh, he's a great goal. What a finish from Charlie Austin. He's arrived in style. Left foot special. McCann on to Wallace. Bit of space for Wallace. Opened up a little for him here. Can he get a shot on target? Oh, he can. Oh, what a goal from Ross Wallace. A real solo effort. Fantastic finish.
Here's Tracy, might fancy a shot right footed. Oh, it's a peach of a finish from Keith Tracy on his right foot, his second of the season.
Ball forward here for Rodriguez. Burnley played well the second half, to be fair. Rodriguez waiting for support. Wallace trying to get forward and help him. He's taking it on his own. Oh, what a run! Oh, what a goal from Jay Rodriguez! That is sensational! That could win the goal of the season. Burnley came knocking at the door. What a run from Rodriguez! 17 for the season.
And another go. It's gone to Patterson to double the Burnley lead. 2 goals in 3 minutes for the visitors.
Danny Ings counter for Burnley. Moves ahead of him. He's going to go on his own here. Danny Ings. Oh, that is spectacular. What a solo effort from Danny Ings. Took on Derby on his own and won.
Trippier, bit of space here for Stanislas. Right at Neely. Brilliant goal. That is magical from Junior Stanislas.
Trying to get a cross in, it's blocked by Moussi. Ings to try and take it down as a shot. Oh, what a goal that is from Danny Ings. From almost nothing. That is a fantastic turn and volley.
It's given away. One back by Burnley here. Danny Ings turns into space. A thunderous finish. Some way to open the scoring. A 21st goal of the season for Burnley's top scorer, Danny Ings.
Kindly gets it back. And now Ings. Jones on the volley! Fabulous! Terrific goal! Just 1 win in 4 for Burnley. Lost 2 of those games. Surely they're not going to let this advantage slip. Not like that, because it's brilliant from Kitely. There was no saving that. Surely the Premier League beckons.
Jones, nice ball, gets it wide for Kitely. Ball inside from Kitely, looking for Ings. Touched on from Arnie, that's nice. There's Barnes in the middle, looking for him. 1-0 Burnley! Ashley Barnes! His first goal at Turf Moor! And how important could that be? Kelly, can he deliver across here? Looks to dink it in there. Will it find Arfield? Arfield! 1-0 Burnley! Scott Arfield! What a finish! The lad from Falkirk has got the opener of 14 minutes. Helps it on to Boyd, not seen him going forward too much yet. Helps it on nicely, chance here. Oh, it's 1-1! What a goal from Ashley Barnes! George Boyd helped him. A real finish from Ashley Barnes. The boy from Bath got it. It's the equaliser for the Clarets. Great finish this from Ashley Barnes.
Who've played for Burnley over the years.
No 16-year-olds have played in the FA Cup either for the Clarets, so that would have been a first, but a strong side, and Burnley are looking to win the game here. Don't want a replay. The last sort of scenario Burnley would want would be a replay.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to lose the game, but an extra game in the schedule wouldn't be helpful, let's put it that way.
No, yeah, absolutely. You want to win it first time and win it cleanly and get through to the next round. Fixtures coming up. Chelsea away next Saturday in the Premier League. Next home game here in the Premier League, 19th of January, Sunday the 19th of January at 2 o'clock. So plenty to look forward to for us. Welcome to Turf Moor. Burnley against Peterborough United. FA Cup third round action for you at Turf Moor. Just to recap on that team, 8 changes. And Burnley have gone like this. Hart in goal, Lowton, Tarkowski, Long, Peters at the back, Lennon, Cork, Hendrick and Goodmanson in midfield, Rodriguez and Wood up front. So a strong Burnley side. 8 changes from the team that played Aston Villa here on New Year's Day. I think we're going to have a look at the goals of the decade, part 1, in a moment. Dave, just it's a very strong 11, that, isn't it? Very strong 11.
Yeah, we've got good options out there in terms of the players got available, and although we have made 8 changes to the team, it is a very strong team we've got. So hopefully they're capable of doing the job today.
Yeah, it was the press conference yesterday. Sean Dyche had this to say about today's tie against Peterborough.
FA Cup time this time around, obviously in Peterborough. In a lot of these competitions previously, you've made quite a few changes to the squad. Is that going to be the case this time around?
Yeah, I think there will be changes, but I obviously am aware of the team, and I think it's a strong team. I think it's a team that can certainly take care of themselves, but as we've seen before, you have to turn up. The big thing for me in these competitions is the mental side of it. You know, if you approach it in the wrong way, you get beat. Because you can't take football for granted. I've got a lot of respect for Darren. I know him personally. I think over the years at varying clubs, but particularly Peterborough's done a great job. I like him as a fella as well. Obviously for 95 minutes that all goes out the window. But no, I think he does a good job there, and his team will be up for it. They've had a sticky patch themselves, but they'll look at it as a free one. We have to look at it as a game that we go and deliver, and I think it's simple from our point of view. It's not simple's not always easy, but you know, we've got to have that clear focus on delivering a performance, and if we do that, then we will look after ourselves. Well, there's a lot made of changes, but I saw the Liverpool game last night. I don't think there was too many changes there for a team that have been travelling all over the world. So I think it's a strange thing, you know, different views on that. On this occasion, I will make changes, but there's a lot of players who have been playing a lot of football recently. So I expect a performance, make no mistake, as I always do. But yeah, there's an ongoing debate on that, changes for what reason. But I saw that Liverpool side go out there last night, and that looks like pretty much their team over most periods of the season, let alone just this period. And they've done as much travelling, as much change, as many tough games as anyone. But he kept with the same team, more or less.
They'll have to be watched. You know, they've lost the last 3 in the league, but they were in an automatic position before Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, cup games are different, aren't they? It's a chance for them to come away from home and express themselves. They've got a decent following here. I believe there's about 1,600 tickets sold in the cricket field stand over there. Travelling Peterborough fans, they've had to come quite a distance today, so they'll be making a fair bit of noise. And, you know, it's a day out for them, isn't it?
I didn't notice on New Year's Day that they classed the Lincoln game as a local derby.
Yeah, there's not too many teams close by, are there? Yeah.
Wow, I never thought Lincoln and Peterborough would be classed as a local derby. It's a few counties apart. We're waiting for the teams to come out. It's a 12:31 kick-off, just to explain that. We've got a minute to consider mental health issues at 12:30, so that's special for us. And Burnley against Peterborough United. It's a 12:31 kick-off. You're with us at Turf Moor. I mean, no surprises that Sean Dyche has gone strong. Up front, you know, Wood and Rodriguez should be strong enough for this opposition.
Yeah, I mean, we've done the same previously, haven't we, with this, and we've had strong teams in there. We've got 8 changes, but it's still a very strong side that we've got.
Madison, Tony, Isaac. I mean, I was looking at the record here at Turf Moor in the FA Cup, not as bad as I thought.
I was
7 wins in 9.
Yeah.
I mean, the defeat, obviously, Lincoln, the draw, Tottenham.
Yeah.
It's better than I thought it was.
Yeah, I saw that on the match preview. I was perhaps slightly surprised because you kind of remember the away defeats that we've had, and we haven't had a fantastic cup record over recent seasons with Sean Dyche. I think it's been a case very much of concentrating on the league. We've done that. I guess the furthest we got was against Lincoln, wasn't it? In that season, we've beaten them. We were through to the last 8. And
they were non-league, of course, weren't they?
Of course,
we seem to forget that, don't we? And they went through to the quarter-finals that year. It was an opportunity, and you could see why the fans were a little bit concerned. But I think you've got to use your squad in these circumstances.
Yeah, it's what the players are there for. And you know, we've got a strong bench as well. We've got options from the bench. Charlie Taylor and Phil Bars have been playing the first team recently. Obviously Ashley Westwood as well. Ben Mee's on there, and an option with Matty Vidra up front. And it's one of those where if things aren't going well, then we've got the option to play 3 up front with Vidra. But hopefully it doesn't come
he
to
might
that.
be a bit disappointed he's not playing today.
Yeah, he did. He played in the corresponding fixture, the Barnsley game, didn't he? Because it was
ready to take a penalty, wasn't it? When VAR intervened.
It was the first time we had VAR, and he had the ball on the spot, ready to take it. And then when we did get a penalty later in the game, he didn't get to take it because Chris Wood took it, didn't he?
He'd come on, I think, Wood, hadn't he, from the bench? I think that was the difference. But perhaps we had an inkling there that all wasn't quite ready for VAR.
Well, I think we maybe said at the time that it was one of those. Well, we'll iron out the issues, and it'll be all sorted this season. Hasn't quite worked that way, has it?
No. I don't think the lines help. What do you make of the lines and the scrutiny using the lines?
I just think we're taking that to the nth degree. It's one of those where I don't think the offside rule is fit for purpose in the VAR age. So I think we need to.
I don't think the cameras are
again.
either. I think you need more cameras in the ground. You know, it's another sport. You'd have a camera on the touchline moving, wouldn't you? And we don't have that.
I think we go to maybe umpire's call. It's one of those where if you give benefit of doubt to the attacking player, and if you've got to look at it more than once, give the benefit of the doubt.
Isn't it? Yeah. And the point there was they looked at the Grealish goal for 3 minutes and only played 2 minutes at the end of the first half. Yeah, we're going to have a look at Goals of the Decade, part 2 at half-time. Those are available on our YouTube channel. We'll ask Dave for his favourites later on. Some fantastic goals in there. Jeff Hendrick's got amongst the best. Danny Ings features a lot. Scott Arfield features a lot. There's some fantastic memories of what's been a good decade, really, for Burnley, hasn't it? Yeah, we've been more ups than downs, certainly. We've spent the majority of it in the top flight, and who'd have thought that maybe 10 years ago, so can't complain, really. No, here come the teams. Burnley against Peterborough United. First ever meeting for these two sides in this competition. Let's go through the sides for you. In goal for Burnley, FA Cup winner Joe Hart, Matt Lowton at right back, Eric Peters at left back, James Tarkowski and Kevin Long in the centre. In midfield, a 50th Burnley appearance for Aaron Lennon. Jack Cork is the skipper. Jeff Hendrick, Johan Berg Gudmundsson make up the 4. Up front, it's Jay Rodriguez and Burnley's top scorer, Chris Wood. On the bench, Bailey Peacock-Farrell, first time in the 18 for him. Charlie Taylor, Ben Mee, Ashley Westwood, Phil Bardsley, Matty Vidra and youngster Ali Koiki. For Peterborough, they come here 6th in League One in a playoff position. Christy Pym in goal. Niall Mason will play right back. Dan Butler left back. Reece Bennett and Mark Beevers, the former Bolton defender, in defence. They've made a signing yesterday. Reece Brown has joined them on loan from Huddersfield Town. He's in midfield. Either side of him, Lewis Reed and George Boyd. George Boyd, fantastic player for Burnley. 123 appearances, 12 goals for the Clarets. He went back to Peterborough for a second spell earlier this season. Marcus Maddison will play behind Ivan Toney, their top scorer, and Mohamed Issa. On the bench for the visitors, Connor O'Malley, Frankie Kent back from suspension, Sir Tazdemir, who was with Blackburn as a youngster, Joe Ward, Kyle Barker, Harrison Burrows and Ricky Jade Jones. Darren Ferguson, of course, in charge of Peterborough. Burnley in claret and blue, all black for Peterborough, with what looks like mauve shoulders and mauve socks.
Well,
the
shoulders look claret and the socks look pink.
Yeah, there is a difference between shoulders and socks. I'm not quite sure what we've done there, but it is their away strip, normally playing in all blue. Could have played in all blue today, perhaps. It'll bring back memories of that Jay Rodriguez goal here in the snow. Do you remember that one? That's
cold.
part of the goals of the decade.
It was cold that day, wasn't it?
I didn't get home until about 9:30 because the snow
there was
really,
a flurry, wasn't there, after the game? Yeah, I remember it well.
Couldn't get back up Manchester Road or Rosendale Road. It was horrendous, but what a goal that was from Jay Rodriguez. A couple of those today would be very nice.
Yeah, very much so. If we can, I think Jay's got a point to prove, hasn't he? He's taken it, some of his chances, come on and scored as a substitute.
Yeah.
And he's done well, slotted into the side this season. We know we know what he's capable of, and he's come back. He's been away at West Brom and Southampton, and he's come back and slotted right into the club and the team, hasn't he?
Absolutely, absolutely. And he's desperate to play a big part in Burnley's season. We will have a minute's thoughts for mental health at 12:30. We're almost there. The skippers have met in the middle. 8 changes, remember, for the Clarets, but it's a very strong side. Referee in charge is Robert Jones. He's a Premier League referee. We're going to switch sides here. Joe Hart's got a jug back for his towel and then a full run of the pitch.
She'll keep him warm.
Yes, I think so. Interesting to see how Joe Hart does today.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for him. Obviously, he lost his place last season, and he'd let quite a lot of goals in, but I think he'd made some good saves there as well. The players in front of him would have perhaps not done their jobs as well as they should have been doing, and it's one of those things where a change was needed. We made the change. Dwight McNeil came in as well, of course, and it certainly improved for the second half of the season.
Yeah, it did, yeah. Of course, not all of that was down to Joe, who has got 75 caps for England. He's getting good applause from the Peterborough end. We're almost set to get underway. Burnley against Peterborough United, FA Cup third round. First ever meeting in this competition, although we have played each other in the League Cup, and Peterborough won that back in the 60s by 4-0 when Burnley were top of Division 1. Jeff Hendrick to get us underway, right to left for the Clarets first half. Hendrick gets us underway. Back for Tarkowski, on in turn for Lowton. Lowton just to stab it forward for Hendrick. Hendrick under pressure immediately, hooks it down the line for Wood to chase. Beevers with the header and out of play. Burnley throw, almost level the Peterborough area. Hendrick to collect, try to get the cross in. It's deflected off a Peterborough defender. Another Burnley throw. Maddison tends to play behind Toney and Issa. Toney's 17, Issa 7. Here's Tarkowski, spreads it down this left-hand side for Eric Peters. Back for Kevin Long. Burnley 4-4-2. Rodriguez and Wood up top. Tarkowski looking over the top. Header one at the back by Butler. Will break here for Reed. Just touches it back to keeper Christy Pym. Wraps his right foot round it. Long to win that against Issa. Here's Cork, touched on for Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson left-hand side, Lennon right-hand side. Good block here from Cork, but it'll balloon through to the keeper.
Jack Cork, captain today, of course, with Ben Mee being on the bench.
Yeah, the call would have been between him and Tarky, I would imagine. Cork got the nod. It's the throw to Peterborough down their left-hand side with their left-back, Dan Butler. Started his career at Portsmouth was at Newport last season and played for Newport in the FA Cup against Man City. Burnley faced Man City in the last 2 competitions. Header won and flicked on by Boyd. He's playing left side of midfield. Here's Cork. Gets it forward for Rodriguez. Comes off Boyd. It'll be a Burnley throw, right-hand side. It's a deeper role for George Boyd that day, isn't it? You know, at Peterborough, he had a floating role first time.
Yeah, he was virtually attacking player, wasn't he? Whereas, it's more of a maybe with age comes maybe lost a yard of pace that he had previously.
Yeah, I always thought he was like a flair player before he came to Burnley. Adapted so well. Here's Peters, left-hand side, wanting to get the ball in. It's half-blocked, and it falls for the keeper. Wood was closing in on it.
Yeah, fortunate there. It could have gone anywhere and just rolled through for the goalkeeper in the end.
I think Gummerson wanted the cross in nice and early, just deflected up, and Christy Pym was able to come and collect. Played 2.5 minutes. Pym's a former Exeter keeper, and he'll kick this out of his hands, looking for Tony, former Newcastle forward. That's come off James Tarkowski. It'll be a Peterborough throw, deep inside the Burnley half. Club's looking at Tony, and you can understand why, if he scored 16 times already this season. Yeah,
he's been certainly mentioned with a few Premier League sides, and in the window, I think it goes into overdrive, doesn't it? The speculation. We'll have lots more of that in the next few weeks.
January's always quieter than the summer, but I'm sure Burnley will have a dabble at some stage. Done well to keep it in here. Mason was with Real Madrid as a kid, so must be a useful player now. Mason. He's gone out of play here from Bennett. Burnley throw. Eric Peters with it. Gone back for Long. In turn back for Joe Hart. Good kick from Hart. His kicking, I think, is better than people think. Boyd can't keep it in play. It'll be a Burnley throw, right-hand side, with Matt Lowton. Back for Tarkowski. Tarkowski left-footed and forward. He's looking for Wood through the middle. It might break here for Goodmanson. But Goodmanson was good second half against Villa. Big player for Burnley if you can keep him fit. Lowton, right-hand side. Goodmanson's continued his run. Lennon to touch it back to Lowton. It's gone towards Goodmanson now. Gets away from his man. Will that be a Burnley throw? No, it's gone the way of Peterborough.
Couldn't quite keep it in there.
No.
Good intention, good thought. Just a little bit too far forward and out to play for a throw into Peterborough. Yeah,
it was a bad hamstring injury that Johan Berg Goodmanson picked up on international duty. It's been a long way back, but you get the impression he's almost there now. Hendrick to stab it forward. Look, maybe a foul by Beavers on the back.
Given a foul for leaning there, definitely.
What about 6 yards outside the area, right-hand side for Burnley.
Opportunity to swing it in here.
Yeah, no McNeil, no Westwood, so Goodmanson will take set-piece duties, I think. Referee Rob Jones just marking out. Oh, he's marking where the kick's going to be taken. He's going to now mark out the wall. Nice long strides.
We've only had him once before. That was the away defeat at Burton Albion, wasn't it? September 2018.
Didn't think he was great that day, but you know, it's a tough old job out there. Goodmanson over this. We've played 5 minutes. Lowton there as well. Tarkowski's come up. Let's see what Burnley can do here. Taking the time with it. Referee's blown his whistle. Goodmanson to swing it in towards the far post. Pym was coming, not getting there. Hacked away by the new signing Brown. Trying to win the next ball was Kevin Long. And I thought Bennett went over the top a little there, but won it. Here's Hendrick. Jack Cork to touch it back for Peters. Centre-back's coming back now. Jeff Hendrick had just covered at centre-back. Here's Cork. Back for Hendrick. Near the halfway line. Great ball. Spreads it wide for Lennon. Screaming for the ball over there, Aaron Lennon. Looking to take his man on. It's come off the defender Butler, and that'll be a Burnley throw. Good to see Jeff Hendrick centre midfield. You forget how good he is there. Here's Cork. Back again here. Burnley trying to get the ball in. It's hacked away by Beavers. Touch from Madison, but Burnley win the next ball. Here's Hendrick. Lost out to Boyd. Boyd's fouled him though. Decision goes in Burnley's favour. Looked a tad harsh on Boyd. Shake of the head from the former Burnley man. Burnley free kick, some distance from goal, and Rob Jones has got a problem. What's happened there, Dave?
COMMS, is it his communication?
Well, possibly. Yeah, is that the fourth official that's just come on the field of play? I don't think the camera's picked it up, actually, has it? Yeah, problem with the old technical stuff. It's just changed, I think, his band on his arm. We have got VAR here today. Maybe if you thought we'd got rid of it for one game, we haven't. It's here today. Free kick put in by Goodmanson. Good delivery in there. Header won by Peterborough. Lennon to nod it back in. Oh, chance here. Wood, is it saved? Might fall in there for Burnley. It's the opener. Jay Rodriguez stabs it home. Header initially from Wood. Save from Pym. There was Rodriguez to stab it home. Burnley lead by a goal to 0.
Well, they're checking, aren't they? I think they check all the goals. I think there's maybe a suspicion that Jay Rodriguez was offside.
Not
Came
Wood.
back and onside. Depends here.
I think Wood's okay, isn't he? We're just checking it.
Should know straight away on this one, you would have thought.
Rodriguez looks a little anxious. Let's just see now. Okay from the original free kick, isn't it? It's when Lennon gets it back in there. Now Rodriguez is offside there.
He was offside at one point.
Is it second phase? I think
no, it's given. Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, what's the difference between that and the Villa goal, first and second phase?
I don't mind, Phil, we're 1-0 up.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. That, to me, was ruled out on New Year's Day. Probably a lot clearer. When you see the pictures, you'll maybe wonder why Villa's was ruled out on Thursday. But he was on hand, wasn't he? And all you can do in those circumstances is took it away.
Yeah, which he did really well. The ball fell to him nicely there and gave the keeper no chance. Good for Burnley's confidence getting a goal so early on.
And he's 5th of the campaign. He has been scoring goals. Here's Rodriguez. I think Wood almost wanted to pop the weary band away, didn't he? Strikers being selfish as they are.
Yeah.
Wood to win that against Beavers. Did look like Beavers was all over him again. It's going to be a Peterborough throw. Aaron Lennon's disappointed. He'd gone and collected the ball.
Well, the Peterborough players thought it was a Burnley throw.
Yes, I thought so. They stood back, almost ready for Lennon to take the throw. I'd always grab the ball in those situations. It didn't work on that in that instance, but you never know. Burnley have got the lead. Might be the first goal in the competition. Third round. We'll have to wait and see.
How many other games kicked off at 12:30?
There's a few. Oh, there's a few. Yeah, 12:31.
12:31. Yeah.
Beavers to clear that. It'll be a Burnley throw. He thinks it's got a touch off a Burnley player. Good free kick, wasn't it, initially, from Goodmanson? You know, he's got a big part to play in our season, Dave.
Yeah, whipped the ball in, and I mean, we've been really good from set piece this season. We've scored a lot of goals from corners, and one from coming from the after effects of a free kick there. It's something that we've put back into our game. I think we went through quite a while where we couldn't score from set pieces, and now we seem to do it on a regular basis.
Look good in the air, don't we? Look powerful in the air. This is back for Tarkowski. Long way to go in this tie, though. Here's Kevin Long. Uses Peters. On for Goodmanson. Goodmanson crowded out here. He's gone back for Kevin Long. Long might use his keeper. Oh, bit of skill from Kevin Long. Got the better of his man. Really well there. He's got the ball back. Won't try it again, I don't think. Got the better of Tony there in some style. Crossfield pass for Lowton. I'm going to tell you, Lowton wasn't expecting that, but did well with it. On again for Lowton. Burnley making a bit of progress down that right. Forward for Wood. Layoff is for Rodriguez. Good play between the two. He's looking for Goodmanson here. Mason with a clearance. Not away yet. Goodmanson, good save from the keeper. Grabbed it to his right-hand side. Lowton was ready to pounce. Hit it well, Goodmanson. He didn't look favourite to get there, did he?
Yeah, a bit of dallying there in the Peterborough defence, and Burnley nearly capitalised and got a second.
Yeah, good save, I thought, from Pym. To his right-hand side. Might get a little bit of criticism for the parry of the Wood header for the goal, but he made a good save there. Burnley started quite brightly, but Rodriguez has lost out here. Madison's a dangerous player, but Kevin Long's here to tidy up. It's been a nice couple of minutes for Kevin Long.
Looked assured, doesn't he?
Here's Goodmanson, who looks bright. Driving through the middle here. He's got Peters for company. Left-hand side, Peters. Back inside for Goodmanson. Turn face play. Lowton's available. Spread for Lowton. Too much on it. Lowton needed that nearer his feet. After I'd just praised Johan Berg Gudmundsson for a bright start, it's a wayward pass.
Yeah, it was a stray one that was never going to get to Matt Lowton, was it?
Peterborough throw, left-hand side with Dan Butler. Butler looking to try and find Tony here, is he? It's going to be a Burnley free kick. I think Tony handled that. They signed him from Newcastle. Has played in the Premier League, Ivan Toney, just 23. Got a hat-trick at Accrington Stanley in December 2018, so done well in the last couple of seasons. That's why clubs are watching him. But it's been Burnley on the attack. Gudmundsson and Lowton over this. Lowton to take it this time, swings it in. Rodriguez won't reach that. Beavers with the clearance. Brown to help it on. Next one, Lowton wins a good header. Gudmundsson available right-hand side. He's two defenders on him, so it's a tricky one here for the Icelandic star. Comes away though nicely. Looks to whip in across deep towards the back post. It's beyond Tarkowski, and that'll be a goal kick. Good from Burnley again.
Yeah, did well.
Keeping the pressure on them, aren't we?
Yeah, did well to make some space for himself and get the cross in. Just a little bit too far for Tarky to get on the end of there.
Yeah, it was almost 2-0, wasn't it? It was a good effort from Gudmundsson. I think Pim's made a good save there to his right-hand side.
Yeah, Burnley have had the majority of the play, haven't we, in the first 13 minutes. A goal, another really good chance, and Peterborough haven't shown too much going forward so far.
No, long way to go. Here's Brown. His first touch really going forward, trying to spread it wide left-hand side. Finds the dugout rather than left-back Dan Butler. We talked about Jay Rodriguez's goal here against Peterborough, 8 years ago. How good that was. This is a little bit of a contrast because it's a tap-in from a couple of yards, but it matters not. They only count the same. Here's Peters, left-hand side. Uses Hendrick, halfway line for Jeff Hendrick. On for skipper Jack Cork. Cork just had a look up. Peterborough got everybody back. Still halfway line, Hendrick. Peters left-hand side. Uses Gudmundsson. Been bright so far, Gudmundsson. Back inside for Hendrick. Hendrick on for Tarkowski. Strong side this for Burnley. Had to just chase that Tarkowski. Goes long, looking for Wood. Wood wins the header. Heads it down for Cork. Cork to try and drive forward here. Uses Lennon. Hendrick ricochets free for Lennon. For Lowton, gets it back, feeds it forward for Cork. Lennon's available right-hand side. On for Wood. Nice touch back here for Rodriguez, trying to drive through the middle. Might fall here for Peters. Look to hit it. Oh, that's 2-0. What a strike that is from Eric Peters. His first Burnley goal. He's hit it so sweetly. No chance for the keeper. They'll check it on VAR. But that's a special goal for Eric Peters.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt on that one. That was a fantastic shot. It was a good, probably almost 30 yards out there, and hit it, I think, on the half volley with his left foot right into the corner. Fantastic finish from Eric Peters, 2-0.
Yeah, we're just going to see a replay. Checking on VAR, there is a Burnley player central. Now, I just wonder if he's interfering with the keeper. What do you make of that? Eric Peters has got the goal. The PA's wrong.
Yeah, we're playing on.
We're playing on, yeah. I mean, there was a player in the middle there. I mean, the keeper might argue that he was interfering with play, but not so according to Mike Dean.
No, I think he's got that one right.
That's the goal Burnley wanted, really. Only 15 minutes gone, but it's been a bright start from the Clarets. Really, really good start. Ball forward, looking for Tony, and just flick that on. Here's Ice. So Peterborough have got goals in them. Nobody scored more than Peterborough in League One, so be warned, you know, they'll come back at Burnley. And here's Madison. Brown to go wide here for Niall Mason. Uses Madison again. Plenty in the box here. Madison gets the ball in. It's flicked on and Tarkowski stabbed it behind. First corner of the game goes the way of Peterborough United. Well, Eric Peters will remember his first Burnley goal, because that was fantastic. But Burnley got some defensive work to do here. Madison to place it. Another player who's been with Newcastle, joined them from Gateshead. Swings this in left foot. A good ball towards the back post. Looking for Boyd. It's it first time. Burnley get the header away through Wood. Just took up a nice position there, Boyd. We're used to that, aren't we?
Yeah, got a bit of space. Kind of hit it into the ground, and Chris Wood managed to get the header away, thankfully.
2-0 to the Clarets.
The
Jay Rodriguez and Eric Peters the scorers.
First real attack that Peter have had, really, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it picked him out well, Maddison. Boyd had just drifted towards the edge of the box. That's a foul here, I think. Lowton on Isa, and that'll be a free kick for Peterborough. They're looking to make an impression, having gone 2 down. That's a real finish from Eric Peters.
Looked in all the way. We were kind of right
yeah.
behind it from
Yeah.
here, weren't we?
We talked about George Boyd's effort against Man City. This was spectacular as well. Might be a contender for goal of the decade this decade.
Goal of the decade so far.
Free kick, left-hand side. Maddison over it. Plenty in the box. Burnley defending their 6-yard box. Everybody back for the Clarets. Maddison to get it in there. Good delivery. Hart came. Got a punch on it, I think. Headed on by Lennon. Can't win the next one, Hendrick. Kevin Long, decisive, wins the header. Done well with it. Burnley trying to stab it back. Tarkowski, a bit of havoc there. Launches it into the opposition half. Break here though for Boyd. Good touch, good spin. Gets it wide. Maddison. Peterborough coming back here. Tarkowski at full stretch gets there. That's come off Boyd.
For a throw.
For a throw. Just span the wrong side of the corner flag as far as Burnley are concerned. Will be a throw. Been good since they've gone 2 down, haven't they?
Yeah, they've just come out a little bit more. They've realised they've got to get back into the game, and there's been a little bit more attacking intent. Although, having said that, that might create some more space behind now. They are pushing forward more.
If Burnley have had a disappointing Christmas, Peterborough have had as well. They lost 4-0 at Rotherham, and reports suggested it could have been double that. Having been in an automatic spot, Christmas has come at the wrong time for them. Here's Peters, fresh from that goal, into the opposing half. That'll be a Burnley throw. Picked up by Cork. Uses Tarkowski. 18 minutes gone. Burnley leading here by 2-0. FA Cup 3rd round tie, of course. Tarkowski looking to spread it here for Goodmanson.
A good ball.
It's a good ball. If Goodmanson can keep it in, he has done. Right by the corner flag. Mason in strong, wins the throw. The defender did well in the end.
Played it off and didn't he for a throw in to Peterborough.
There's not many centre-backs that can... Wow, it's going to be a 60-yard diagonal ball, Dave. What a ball that was.
Yeah, great. Just held itself up in the corner, and just unlucky couldn't get another yard of space and whip a ball in.
Chest down by Wood. Rodriguez trying to pick up the loose ball. Mason's hit it against Peters. Full of confidence now, Eric Peters. This will break for Maddison, though. Helping his defence out. Hooks it wide. Can Lowton win this? Oh, he can. Yeah, it's come forward nicely. Timed it well. He's got Lennon on his outside. Looks to put the cross in. Finds Goodmanson. Goodmanson to try and stab it back inside. Maddison now. Burnley's thinking would be next goal. Could be crucial. Hart well out of his goal. We'll just launch this into the Bob Lloyd stand. Keepers love doing that. He's got it on the roof. Job done.
Yeah, that wastes a few seconds. Just take a few seconds to come down. If it doesn't get stuck, it's come down.
Was there with time to spare, Joe.
Yeah, he was well off his line, ready for that one, wasn't he?
No point trying to launch it down the pitch. Safety first. Concede the throw. Dan Butler with it. Left-hand side. Here's Maddison. Hooks it towards goal. Long wins the header. Might have been fouled in the process. Goodmanson getting the better of Brown. Good strength.
And he was fouled as well.
I think he was. He was being held, wasn't he? Here's Goodmanson again. Hooks it wide for Peters. Peters back for Long. Awkward run for Kevin Long, but clears it.
Sliced
out of play. Yeah.
I think Burnley wanted a foul there. There were 2 clear fouls. The referee didn't give either. I think he's trying to say he's playing an advantage, but Burnley were trying to get the ball out.
Goodmanson as he turned away. I couldn't really see how that was an advantage, but anyway, it's Mason with the throw near the halfway line. I suppose you can't get every decision, can you? Remember, Burnley next in Premier League action away at Chelsea next Saturday. Foul here. Maddison just pulled down. Free kick to Peterborough. They're taking it on the halfway line. Maddison's on the floor about 5 yards further forward. Lewis Reed to take it. Former Sheffield United man. He is bringing it forward now, and he'll leave it for Maddison. Linked with a move away, Marcus Maddison. Huddersfield Town have been linked. Beavers coming forward. 21 minutes on the watch. Burnley leading by 2-0. Rodriguez and Peters the scorers. Here's Maddison with it, swings it in. Burnley win the header through Rodriguez. Might break here for Reed, done well with it. Helps it on nicely. Opportunity here, across the face of goal. I thought I got a touch to that.
No.
Wide of the target anyway.
I think he had it covered. It was well wide in the end. But just got a little bit of space in the box. Had a chance there. If could have got that on target, then might have made Joe Hart work.
Yeah, the lad Brown's got a bit of pace. Just got behind the Burnley defence. Hit it first time.
What we can't afford to do now with 2 goals up is lose concentration. We saw it in the Sunderland game.
Yeah.
In the Carabao Cup earlier in the season at home. We got a goal up and then they came right back into the game and were comfortable winners in the end.
Yes, yeah, you're absolutely bob on. Burnley can't do that. Ball forward looking for Wood. Jumps with Bennett.
They've got Lincoln, incidentally, today. Sunderland
have they?
in the league, isn't
Yes,
it?
they have. Yes, League One. Yep. Not doing particularly well at the minute, Sunderland, must be said. What a goal that was from Peters.
That's a great ball.
And here's Lennon to collect. Diagonal ball, driving forward here, Aaron Lennon. It's back for Lowton. Can Lowton get the ball across again here? It's just a little ahead of him. Touched it back for Hendrick to hit and deflected in. It's 3-0. Might have come off the defender.
Yeah, it took a deflection, big deflection.
But Jeff Hendrick will claim it. More daylight for Burnley. Burnley 3, Peterborough United 0. Certainly all the congratulations for Jeff Hendrick. It took a massive deflection, but he's claiming it. We'll check it on VAR. But this is good from Burnley.
Yeah, 3-goal cushion. That's a fantastic start for Burnley. And we did say Peterborough push on after they've gone 2 goals down. Might create some space at the back. A lovely ball across field there to Aaron Lennon, cut inside. And Burnley on the score sheet again.
Yeah, it's cut back to Jeff Hendrick just outside the box. I think it takes a deflection off Beavers, who's stretching to try and get there. Deflected past the keeper with no chance. 3-0. Couldn't have gone much better for Burnley so far.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, that was just about on target. So
I think it was.
The goal's been given to Jeff Hendrick then.
I mean, we can't really do the analysis right here and now. It was Beavers with the touch, but Hendrick will want it. He scored better Burnley goals, but he hit it well. He was being closed down, wasn't he? And got there and hit it well.
Yeah, did really well to get the shot away and touch of fortune to get the deflection because the goalkeeper may well have saved it otherwise, but they all count.
Yes, yeah. And a picture of Darren Ferguson, who was manager of Preston here when Burnley scored 3 times in the last 8 minutes to win 4-3, which was one of the most dramatic games of the decade.
I don't know, I wasn't here. I missed 2 home league games in the whole of the decade, and that was one of them.
Wow. Some finish. Live on TV that as well.
It was, yeah. I saw the first half, and I was at a meal, so I missed the second half.
It's a great finish. Really good. Chris Wellamo was here on New Year's Day. That was his best day in a Burnley shirt because he got a hat-trick. It's with Tarkowski. Burnley leading here 3-0. Hendrick, the scorer of the third, to clip a ball forward for Wood to chase. Had a one at the back by Bennett. Here's Reed. Peterborough look a little shell-shocked. I mean, Burnley certainly had shots on target today, Dave.
Very much so, yeah.
Here's Rodriguez. Left for Hendrick. Good to see Hendrick playing centre mid. The position he's most comfortable in. Stamps it wide for Peters. On for Goodmanson. Back in turn for Cork. Here's Hendrick. Wide for Peters. Back for Jeff Hendrick. Looking to get the ball in. It's covered well by Bennett. But he sliced the clearance. Brown wins the next ball. Peters to touch it back a little heavy. Hendrick will do well though with it. Back for Kevin Long. Kevin Long just eyeing up Lennon. The right diagonal there, but thought better of it. Here's Tarkowski. On for Lowton. Lowton started brightly. He gets the ball forward for Wood, running that right channel. Can he keep it in play? Oh, he can. Try to hook it back inside. Didn't make proper contact. Easily collected by Pym.
Yeah, did well to get to it. They just didn't quite get the connection on it, did he then?
No.
Chris Wood?
No. Lennon half blocked the clearance there. Jeff Hendrick will jump and win this. Balancing it almost on his head. Cork will come away with the ball. Cork's done well here. Nice little turn. He's got Hendrick with him. Uses Peters. Crowd appreciating that from Jack Cork. The ball in just wasn't quite good enough. Mason to get it away from Maddison. Trailing 3-0 now, Peterborough. Looking to go on the attack. Maddison driving at Cork. He's got 2 up. They'll keep men up at all times. Looks to have a shot from a long way away. And that'll be a goal kick. Wasn't going to trouble Joe Hart. And Maddison apologises to the front 2, who were all making runs. And it'll be a Burnley goal kick.
It was an audacious one from that sort of distance, wasn't it? It's a good, probably 30 yards plus from there.
Yeah, I've scored 10 times this season, but that would have been a worldie. Goal kick, Joe Hart with it. Burnley leading here by 3-0. He'll be claiming it, Jeff Hendrick. I mean, it takes a massive deflection, but first view, we think it was on target.
Yeah,
anyway.
Going in just inside the post, I think, on the goalkeeper's right-hand post.
And I always think, Dave, the defender doesn't want it, does he?
Very much so, no.
Lowton with the throw, right-hand side. Camera goes to Ferguson again. Just difficult times for him, having done well for the majority of the season.
It's his 3rd spell with the club. Well, fourth spell if you include as a player, but 3rd as a manager. Isn't it?
I mean, he's done ever so well at Peterborough.
Another great ball.
Cork again for Lennon. Lennon lost it in his feet somewhat. Lowton's frantically chasing. He's back with Beavers.
Aaron Lennon's looked very bright this so far. This
those
first
2 down
half.
the right have done well. It's going to be a Peterborough throw. There'll be a lot of frustration for the fringe players not involved. I know Aaron Lennon's been ill, but you want to play football at the end of the day, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, he looked very bright. We saw the pre-season matches, and he looked very bright in pre-season. Then obviously he's not got quite the run in the team in the since the season started, but he's one of those players we know what he's capable of, and he's come in today and he's certainly shown it.
Yeah, Burnley been bright. They lead here by 3-0. Burnley 3, Peterborough United 0. Just caught here Maddison. Tapped his ankles, Cork. And that'll be a free kick. I mean, it's a difficult month, Dave, isn't it? You know, Chelsea away, Leicester home, Man United away, Arsenal home. It's a big, big month for Burnley, and it's great to get 3 up in this manner.
Yeah, it would be a very tough month, as you say. I mean, Manchester United, as we know, haven't been quite the team they have been, but going to Old Trafford's never easy, although we do have a reasonably good record at Old Trafford. We haven't won, but we've had quite a few draws there, haven't we?
We certainly have,
and perhaps should have had more for our troubles as well.
Peters has got that away. Here's Jack Cork looking for Goodmanson. Just wonder about Goodmanson. I don't think he'll play the entire game here. Rodriguez, nice ball, picks out Lowton. Lowton's getting all the time in the world down that right-hand side. Lennon's ahead of him. He's a good creative player, Lowton. Gets it forward for Lennon, back for Lowton. Trying to thread it through. It's come off the defender, and that'll be a Burnley throw. Their formation of 4-3-1-2 sort of creates a bit of space for the fullbacks to get forward. And Peters and Lowton have done well with that. Ball over the top, but that with the keepers. Fullbacks have done well so far.
Yeah, both of them, haven't they? Eric Peters with a goal, and Matt Lowton's linked up well with Aaron Lennon.
Long to win that against Isa. Remember, those front 2 have scored 31 goals between them, Tony and Isa. So, you know, don't write Peterborough off just yet.
We want a 4th just to be safe.
Well, yeah. I mean, there is a long way to go in the game. Burnley have been excellent so far, but Peterborough games tend to be open, tend to be plenty of goals, and we've seen that already. Wood tried to help that on. It was nice. Lowton to Wood to help it on for Rodriguez. I think he was torn between giving the ball back to Lowton and getting it on for Rodriguez.
Yeah, just too far ahead of Jay in the end, wasn't it?
Here's Reid for Peterborough. Lewis Reid to spread it. Finds Mason at right back. Back for Bennett. Bennett will use his keeper. Clearance from Pym. Looks to go wide for Butler. Back for Beavers, and Burnley preventing Peterborough coming out. And in the end, Beavers just hacks it into the stand. And that's good pressing. Really good pressing from Burnley.
Yeah, Aaron Lennon in the corner, wasn't it? Putting the pressure on there. Talking about Leeds, I remember we were 4-0 up against Millwall here in the, was that the 99-2000 season? Or was it the season
Came
after?
back to 4-3.
Came back to 4-3, didn't it? Yeah.
I'll have to check the year.
Paul Cook scored the 4th goal after an hour. And
yeah, you never know, do you? You never know. We've mentioned that comeback against Preston for Burnley, so you never know. But Burnley are playing well. That's important. after recent games, Burnley in command, creating and playing well. Here's Long, enjoying a run out at centre-back, looking to feed Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson to it first.
High foot, I think.
Yes, I think so. Gudmundsson looks disappointed. He was going for the ball. Here's Mason. To clip it forward. Tony looking to make a run. Kevin Long wins the header. Inside from Peters. Hendrick had a bit of work to do and he's given it Tony. Chance for Tony, but he's miscued.
Got a corner. Yeah, it took a deflection.
Quickly onto it. Tarkowski closed him down.
Just a little bit careless then, Jeff Hendrick.
Yeah, apology I think from Hendrick.
Yeah.
Accepted by Tarkowski. Everybody back for Burnley.
Thankfully between the two of them they're able to get a block in and put it away for a corner.
We will have a look at the goals of the decade part 2 at half time. Some special goals in there. We're asking you to make your choices. Here's Mason looking to give it back to Boyd here. Cross comes Lowton, stabbed behind by Tarkowski. Another corner for Peterborough. Defended it well. Tarkowski was in control. Maddison across to take it. Wearing 11. Beavers is up. He'll be a danger. Bennett in there. It's gone short. Touch back by Issa for Maddison, trying to test Joe Hart at his near post. Wasn't going to work. Joe Hart's collected it comfortably. He'll roll it out for Kevin Long. Here's Cork. Gets it back off Peters. Chris Wood just coming deep to collect. Spreads the ball for Lowton. Lowton back for Tarkowski. Good from Burnley. It's been a really good half hour.
Seem to have a lot more time on the ball, don't we?
Yeah.
Not the same pressure intensity that you see when.
Yeah, it's a strange one that, because
because
they're sort of playing 2 up with Maddison behind, George Boyd in midfield. You know, they've plenty of legs there, haven't they? But they haven't caused Burnley any problems. Touch Wood. Long to get it forward. Gudmundsson back for Long. Hendrick to touch it back for Tarkowski. 12 minutes to half time. Here's Gudmundsson. On for Hendrick. Finds Rodriguez. Good. Lowton a little bit behind him, but he collects it. Good from Burnley. On for Lennon. Lennon and Lowton have done well together. Here's Cork. Takes it away from Maddison. Burnley good in possession. Here's Lennon. He's got Peters available left-hand side again, just a little behind him, unfortunately. Helped on for Gudmundsson, who's been bright so far. Easy one for the keeper. Wood has a swing on the crossbar. In frustration, he wanted the cross a bit deeper. Here's Butler. Cut out well by Long. Just a heavy touch. Nearly interested Issa. Tarkowski to get it away. Beavers to touch it down. Here's Hendrick. Uses Rodriguez. Scorers Rodriguez, Peters and Hendrick. Was given as Peters' goal given as Hendrick on the PA, but definitely Peters. Ball forward from Tarkowski all the way through to Pim. Here's Bennett. Released by Owen Coyle at Bolton. Reece Bennett. Gone on to have a decent career in the lower levels. Back with Christy Pim. He uses Beavers. Wide again for Butler. Butler doing well against Lennon. Gets it forward. Here's Issa. Chance for Issa. Just shows what he can do. Driving forward on for Maddison. Gudmundsson's got back.
Pulled it back for the original foul there, I think, hasn't it?
On Issa, isn't it?
Just a little pull there, and referee's seen that, and it's a free kick to Peterborough.
Cheshire referee Robert Jones did the Brighton-Sheffield United game last month, his first Premier League game. Free kick taken. Here's Beavers. Uses Butler. Butler to try and get it in there. Good header won by Long. Here's the new signing Brown. Stabs it wide. Maddison. Ball in. He's dangerous. Looking for Tony. Oh, he didn't make a connection. Just didn't connect properly. In the side, the 6-yard box. Their top scorer should have done better with that.
Would have been a tough one. It's only sort of 7 or 8 yards out there. If it have hit that first time with any power at all, then Joe Hart would have been in trouble there, I think. Just kind of got caught underneath his foot, didn't it?
Yeah. Just outside the 6-yard box when he made contact, slid into the 6-yard box. Yeah, it's one that got away for Peterborough. An indication that they can score goals. Kick here from Joe Hart. Rodriguez to jump, it's gone beyond Beavers, no foul. Wood to touch it down for Lennon, done well with it Lennon. Rodriguez takes over, looking to have a shot, blocked by Beavers, breaks for Cork. Man wide is Goodmanson, good from Goodmanson, looking to take on Butler now. Lowton going on the overlap and he's fed. Lowton looked to get the ball in, looking for Rodriguez. Headed behind by Beavers. I think Rodriguez thinks he's been fouled there at the near
There was
post.
definitely a high boot there, wasn't there? If the referee's giving a foul for one down here, that was no different.
Great run from Lowton. He's covered, what, 30 yards to go on the overlap there. Whips in the cross. Does he think he's pulled back? I think he thinks he's pulled back
We'll
there.
see better on this replay.
Thinks he's, oh no, it is a boot that he sort of wraps around
Yeah,
somehow.
the head was low, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right decision, I think, in the end. Goodmanson here with the corner. Burnley's first of the game. 8 minutes to half-time. Goes short. Hendrick done with the cross. Looks to hook it back in here. First time from Lennon. He'd have wanted that on his right foot.
Yeah, on his left, wasn't it?
Left foot and over the bar. Not to worry.
Hard to catch them right at pace coming across on your wrong foot, really.
Yeah. Looked ugly in the end, but Burnley scored a good couple of goals here today. Peters going, particularly 3-0 up Burnley. Helped on by Mason, cut out by Cork. Burnley pressed really well against the League One side. Here's Cork again. Wide for Goodmanson. He'll look to take his man on now. Had a really good half. Goodmanson gets it in there. In the end, I think there's a boot from Beavers to clear the lines. Rodriguez was throwing himself at it. Here's Reid, still deep in their own half. Gets it forward. I said, looked like handballs. He jumped up, but Kevin Long's won it anyway. Didn't matter, did it? Kevin Long won it. Wanted the return there, Long. Gets it. Good skill from the big man. Touch back for Peters. Here's Long again. His pass only finds Isa this time. Here's Reid. Mason looking for Tony here with a long ball. If Tarkowski can win it, it's left in fact for Lowton. Oh, poor header. Tony with a chance here to bring one back, and he has. Finished it well. Good finish from Peterborough's top scorer. Mistake at the back from Burnley, and on 39 minutes, Peterborough have got a goal back. Top scorer, Ivan Toney, capitalised on a bad back pass, took it round Joe Hart, finished in style. Burnley 3, Peterborough United 1.
Yeah, nowhere near enough power on that from Matt Lowton, wasn't it? And in the end, left Joe Hart stranded, and it was a good finish in the end from an angle. Yeah, no power on the header at all. Took it past Joe Hart from about 8 yards from the byline, slid it into the net, 3-1.
Yeah, Lowton, if he had time again, would head it, I think, wide, wouldn't he? And chase his own header, if you will. Cork, that just gives Peterborough a little bit of hope. Lowton done well to reach that. Nice 1-2. He's been great going forward, Matt Lowton. He'll just be so disappointed with that header back. So unfair on Joe Hart. The Peterborough fans have found their voice now. Here's Mason. Stabs it forward again. Tony looking lively. He's knocked Long over. He won't get away with that. Clear push into the back of the Republic of Ireland defender. And that'll be Burnley's free kick. Plenty of goal action.
Yeah, certainly. Already 3-1. It's, I mean, they've had one or two chances, and they've taken that one there of Peterborough. But Burnley have been dominant for the majority of the first half, and they'll just be disappointed they've conceded that one, I think.
Yeah, typical of Peterborough. You know, they've had some big score lines. Lost 4-3 at Blackpool, I remember, earlier in the season.
He's gone right into the back of Jay Rodriguez's head there. It's
yeah, Jay's felt that, hasn't he? Back of his head, I think. Bit of a clumsy challenge. And Jay will need a little bit of treatment. First real break in play.
There's been a few goals in games between these teams previously. We had a 5-2, didn't we, and a 5-0.
Yes, yeah. Paul Barnes got a hat-trick in the 5-0,
yeah.
And Charlie Austin in the 5-2. We had to go through the courts to get the third. I think it was a deflected effort. And we campaigned to get it accredited to Charlie Austin. So we got the match ball about 10 days later, I think. Jay Rodriguez just stayed down. I don't think it's anything too serious. Bennett's back up. Smile on Jay Rodriguez's face, so I think he's okay.
Yeah, I think when it's the back of your head, it's
yeah, a bit tender.
Less of an issue than if you get it full in the mush.
Just above the bun, I think, is the description.
Might have cushioned it a little bit.
Yeah. Both players got a bun. And Bennett just under the back of Jay Rodriguez. Don't think there's any blood. I don't think it's a cut. Thankfully he's okay. Just having a drink, left-hand side. Burnley free kick. 3-1 it is. That goal from Tony. He's 17th of the season. Got to say, that's pretty good for the 4th of January. Goodmanson with the ball in. Headed away. Good header from Bennett. Rodriguez is back on. The roars are from Maddison driving into the Burnley half. He's got Issa and Boyd trying to make runs. Looking for Issa here. Touch back. Lowton should clear. Hacks it away in the end. It'll be a Peterborough throw. It's lifted them. Certainly the goal has lifted them. Here's Maddison. Just hope it doesn't change like the Sunderland Carabao Cup tie. Good skill from Maddison. Rodriguez has won it. Had a look round. Check with the referee. I think he just fell over. Rodriguez looking to get it forward. Nice ball for Cork. He's got Goodmanson driving through the middle and then stopped. I think he checked back to receive the ball. Cork hadn't seen that. Tried to feed him. 3 minutes to half time. Not been a bad half. Goal action wise. Here's Reid on for Boyd. 34 now, George Boyd. Joined Burnley from Hull. £3 million signing. Just after we've been promoted 2014. Here's Hendrick. Gets it back, Hendrick. Will try to ride a challenge. Didn't work out. Rodriguez did well to get back. Goodmanson to win it. Can't though. Here's Brown. Uses Tony. He's shown some application here, Tony. Looking to feed Issa. That's Hart's. No chance with the goal, Joe Hart, had he? He was committed basically to try and narrow the angle.
He was stranded, yeah, with the header back to him. He had no chance, really.
Lowton to get it forward. Here's Wood. Nice footwork from him, but then he's robbed by Beavers, who just stabbed a boot in to concede the throw. Final 2 minutes of the half. It's with Lowton. Just a reminder, we'll be looking at the second part of goals of the decade. Some real corkers in that. And we'll be having a vote in the week to look for the best goals. Header back here finds Maddison. Centre circle.
Not much an advantage.
He's brought it back, hasn't he? I think he's realised that Marcus Maddison's turning into his own half.
Not sure what took him so long.
I'm not sure you can bring it back after that length of time. That's an inconsistency with referees. How long can you wait for the advantage once you've made that initial decision? But anyway, it's a free kick. It's central. It's a good 35 yards from goal, but it is central. Just wonder if Maddison will fancy a shot here. He's got Boyd with him. Lennon's nowhere near 10 yards. He's no intention of going back 10 yards either, by the look of it. He's on an angle now. The referee's okay. Reid's over it. Final minute of the half. Looks undecided what he's doing. He's raised one arm. Goes wide here for Maddison. Maddison's get the ball in. Headed away comfortably by Long. Ball in again here. Burnley should win it. Oh, got in a bit of a mix-up. And in the end, hack it away by Goodmanson. Chase here for Wood. Mason to it first. Hooks it back for Reid. On for Boyd. Back here for Beavers. A retreating Beavers. On for Butler. Butler under pressure from Lennon. Here's Reid. Former Sheffield United man. Uses now Mason. Mason doing well. Good progress. Inside for Brown. Joined them last night. Woodyard went away on loan. Tranmere Rovers. Tarkovsky wants that to go out of play. Has done. And we're in time added on.
We've not seen too much of George Boyd in his first 45 minutes, have we?
No,
really?
I suggest the game's bypassed him a little, hasn't it? You know, they've only got 3 in midfield. Maddison tends to go behind the front 2. They've looked very stretched in midfield. Whereas Burnley in recent games have looked stretched against 5 in midfield. It's the turn for the opposition, I think, to be stretched in midfield.
Very much so today.
But they've done well. Since they've gone 3 down, that goal back from Tony, capitalising on a defensive error. It's Hart with the kick. Rodriguez to try and win the header against Bennett. Tarkovsky looking to get it forward. Brown just about did enough against Goodmanson. Maddison with the flick on. He gets it back here. Tony makes his run. Maddison right-hand side looking to tease Peters. Going on the outside. Good ball. Kevin Long with the clearance. Only as far as Mason. Peterborough pressure late on here. Brown Fancy footwork, trying to get it back in there. It's looking deep. Loughton's got a touch. Can he avoid the corner? No. Peterborough corner here. Pressure from the League One side at the end of the half. Maddison across to take it. Might be the last action of the half. Now Burnley were denied an opportunity to take a corner at Everton. But I think Maddison's going to be allowed to take this. Everybody back for Burnley. Need to win the first header here. Maddison to swing it in, hang it in there. Tarkowski wins the header as planned. Ball back in, blocked by Peters. Wood needs to win the next header, he has, and then chases his own ball. Boyd back, referee's ready to blow. That's the half-time whistle. Burnley leading here by 3-1. Eventful half. Burnley got off to a bright start. Wood's header was saved by Pym. There was Rodriguez to convert the rebound from close range. There was a little bit of a dispute whether he was offside in the first move, but it was given. Peters got the second on 15 minutes. Fantastic left foot drive from 30 yards. On 23 minutes, Hendrick made it 3-0. Heavy deflection on this from Beavers. Burnley very much in control at that stage. 6 minutes before half-time, Peterborough got a goal back. Their top scorer, Tony, got it. Poor headed back pass from Loughton. Left Joe Hart in no man's land. Tony nipped in, skipped past the keeper and slotted it home from a narrow angle to make it 3-1 at half-time. Lively half, but Burnley, by and large, would be pleased with that half.
Yeah, I think certainly going 3 goals up, we're delighted with that. Disappointed to let them back in with a goal, but on balance, yeah, 3-1 at half-time. I think we'd have taken that before kick-off.
Lively game. We've had games with very few shots on target. We've had a game with a lot of efforts on target here.
Yeah, certainly a little bit different to the game down at Bournemouth the other week, for example. Yeah, we had to wait till the 90th minute for the
Is that the nature of football sometimes, or is it credit to Peterborough? They've set themselves up where they're attacking a Premier League side here.
I don't know, it's difficult. It's difficult for, I mean, we've seen it with Burnley. We've gone to places and we've got results. We've had other times where we've struggled. So there is a gulf between the teams, and on the day they can still win. We saw with Lincoln coming here, they set their stall out. They were very solid in what they did. They frustrated us. Peterborough have perhaps gone with a slightly different plan of action, and it's not quite paid off for them.
We'll remember Eric Peters' first goal for Burnley.
Fantastic
for some time.
Finish.
What a strike left foot.
Yeah, good 30 yards out, wasn't it? And it's a pile drive with his left foot, gave the goalkeeper no chance. And yeah, I mean, there was just that check with offside.
Yeah, player in the way, but wasn't given. Mike Dean on VAR was happy with it. That'll be a goal of this decade. We're going to have a look back now at the goals of the last decade. This is part 2. Enjoy these. There's some fantastic goals in this montage.
Me on quickly for Arfield. Arfield up against Isla now, the Chilean. Let's see if he can get the better of him. Looking to go inside. Has got the better of him here. Can he hook a ball inside? Chance for Arfield. Into the net. It's Scott Arfield. Burnley have the lead. We've played 12 minutes. His first goal since the opening weekend of the season. Massive goal for Burnley. Well done, Scott Arfield.
Just get it right in the mix. Trippier does just that, but it's headed away by Company.
Bye! George Bye! What a goal! Burnley lead the champions by a goal to 0.
Matty Taylor to hit it.
And then deserved equaliser. First goal for Matty Taylor in Burnley colours.
Touchback for Arfield. 1-0 Burnley. Scott Arfield. And all the Burnley players run to the Darwin end. Scott Arfield has got it. Blackburn Rovers 0. Burnley 1. Vokes, nice turn, faces play, all goes on a run here, he's thrown into the box, big chance here for Sam Vokes, can he finish it? Yes he can! Sam Vokes has got a second! Oh, what a cool finish from the big man. He drew the keeper, planted it past him, he made it himself. Ball inside for Gray, touch back for Arfield. Oh, the goal! Oh, what a strike from Scott Arfield!
You've just seen the goal of the season, Phil. Simple as that.
Found Vokes in space. Can Vokes turn and hit it? He can! Oh, what a start! Oh, what a start! And what a time to get your first Premier League goal!
Marnie to touch on.
Defoe, lovely turn, comes away with the ball. It's got Graham Vokes with him. Defoe looking to have a shot. Oh, the goal! Oh, what a goal from Stephen Defoe! Welcome to Turf Moor! What a strike that is! Burnley lead against Hull City. Barnes on the chase. Burnley need to win the next ball. They have through Marnie. Helps it on 2-on-1. Can Barnes feed Goodmanson here? He's had to go a little wide. Hooks it back inside for Barnes. He got it! Ashley Barnes! Oh, what a finish! His first goal of the season since he's come back from injury. And what a goal that is! Hendrick to collect it, looking to have a shot. Oh, what a goal! Jeff Hendrick! Oh, what a finish! That is top class from Jeff Hendrick. Helps it on for Defoe, big chance here to make it 2-0. He's hacked it forward. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal from Stephen Defoe! The cheek of it. Referee's ready. Robbie Brady to hit it. Oh, what a finish from Robbie Brady! Welcome to Turf Moor to Robbie Brady! Worked it well, Burnley, trying to help it on towards Ward. He'll break into the box here, Stephen Ward. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal from Stephen Ward! And Stephen Ward has got a goal of the season contender on the opening day. Here's Jeff Hendrick on for Arfield. Arfield looking to tease his man if he can. All finds Ward again. Ball inside's nice for Hendrick. Can he finish it? Can he finish it? Yes! Jeff Hendrick! Oh, what a goal! What a team goal that is! And Jeff Hendrick's got his first of the season. And Burnley have got the lead at Goodison Park. I fancy Defoe to hit this. Defoe does hit it. Hits it well! Oh, what a goal from Stephen Defoe! It's a free kick to die for! Waiting for support. Barnes has hung back nicely. Big chance for Barnes! Oh, what a goal! Ashley Barnes has got it! Burnley lead! Great move! It's threaded through nicely for Lennon. Can Lennon get a cross in here? He's on one towards the back post. Barnes! Yes! Oh, what a goal! It's 4-4 for Ashley Barnes! What a finish, right-footed! No chance for Foster. Burnley have got a lead here. And what a volley that is! For Goodmanson, Bardsley trying to go on the overlap. Can he help him here? Back for Hendrick, big chance here. Hendrick shaped up to it, caught to hit it. And in! Oh, what a move! The move of the game! Jack Corr! He did it against Aberdeen! Has he done it against Bashak Shahir? Tarkovsky wins that header. McNeil might be his last action. Driving forward here, McNeil. Can he hit it? He's looking to hit it. Yeah! Oh my word! Yeah! That is magic! What a finish from Dwight McNeil! Swings towards the back post, looking for Ben Mee. Headed away initially. Might fall here for Hendrick! 1-0 Burnley! Oh, what about that from Jeff Hendrick? That is special! Goal of the season contender! And Burnley lead at Stamford Bridge. Here's McNeil. Who's he got in the middle? Threads it through Vidra. Here's Hendrick. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Jeff Hendrick! And that has silenced the Amex. And Burnley are level. Option on again for Rodriguez. He had a big chance from Tamori caught it. He's on a shot. Oh, what a goal! Jay Rodriguez from distance. It's a mere consolation for Burnley, but it's a fine, fine finish. He likes playing against Chelsea. From 25 yards, a right foot special from Jay Rodriguez.
YouTube. We were just talking about the FA Cup, wasn't it? And how great it would be to have a run. And we've been a bit unfortunate to Man City twice in the last two competitions.
If we do get through, we don't want to be drawing them again at the Etihad in the next round, do we?
We don't.
Is it Monday for the draw?
Monday for the draw.
Yep.
Burnley 31, ball number 31. So long way to go here yet, but that's on Monday. Either Burnley or Peterborough will be going through to the fourth round. They've lost their last. Darren Ferguson's lost his last 10 ties against Premier League clubs. They haven't had a particularly good record. The last time they beat a top flight side was Arsenal way back in 1965, so they haven't got a particularly good giant-killing record, and let's hope that remains the same today. Just looking ahead, Chelsea away, Leicester home is a Sunday kick-off. That's
2 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday the 19th of Jan. Just a reminder as well, Arsenal is a Sunday game, 2nd of Feb, 2 o'clock kick-off, and the Southampton away fixture has gone forward to 12:30. That's Saturday the 15th of February. Always wise to keep an eye on kick-off times, always changing. TV dictate, I guess, but we've got to be careful of that. Just waiting for the players to come back out for the second half. I mean, just to recap what we said earlier, best wishes to Tom Heaton after that injury here on Thursday. Elsewhere in the FA Cup, Bristol City are leading Shrewsbury by a goal to nil. Millwall 1 up against Newport. Newport are good fighters in this competition. Newcastle 1 up at Rochdale. Rotherham 2, Hull 1, and Birmingham lead Blackburn Rovers by a goal to nil. Those cheers just preceded me giving the scoreline. We'll try it again. Birmingham City 1, Blackburn 0. People aren't listening to me on the James Hargreaves stand, but it got a cheer. It was announced on the PA. So, looking ahead to the second half, Dave, I mean, they'll come up Burnley, I would imagine.
Yeah, you think they have to. Yeah, they may as well lose 4 or 5-1 as anything else. So it's a case of they'll be coming at us. Burnley just need to keep the shape, I think, keep the concentration, and maybe try and get the next goal that sort of puts the tie beyond them. You would think, if Burnley can get a 4th.
Yeah, just having a look, you know, they lost 3-4 at Blackpool, we mentioned. They won 4-0 at MK Dons, 2-2 at Tranmere, 4-0 defeat at Rotherham, 3-3 at Wickham. I mean, you get an indication. Yeah, you get an indication it's lively, plenty of action, and I would imagine the second half will be likewise. Next goal. Yeah, interesting. Burnley will want it, won't they?
If they get the next one, it does put the pressure on. They'll have seen earlier in the season the fact that the way that Sunderland came at us in the second half and were the stronger side. So they'll still have hopes of getting Sting out of the game, taking it to a replay perhaps.
Yeah, possession 59-41 in the first half in Burnley's favour. Shots 6 for Burnley, 8 for Peterborough. 2 on target for Peterborough, 5 for Burnley. Scored from 3 of them. So a lively half. Rodriguez, Peters, Hendrick for the Clarets. Tony for Peterborough. Looking at the Burnley side, I'd be surprised if he wanted Chris Wood out there for 90 minutes and Johan Berg Gudmundsson out there for 90 minutes.
Yeah, you'd think if we're comfortable with the 15-20 minutes to go, then maybe Chris Wood will be rested. He's only really got Matty Vidra as an attacking option on the bench.
Yes, he has.
That's the only other thing.
You'd want to see Matty Vidra in action, wouldn't you, at some stage?
Yeah,
surely in the 90.
Yeah, definitely going to see him at some point in the second half. You would think. Jay Rodriguez obviously didn't start the last game, so you'd think that perhaps he'll play the full 90 minutes, injuries permitting.
Yes, indeed. Just waiting for the teams to emerge. Burnley's youth team were 3-0 up. I've not seen that was a half time. I've not seen a score since then. So doing well. Under 18, under 23. Look, some of the lads have gone out on loan, Dave. That has to be the right thing to do, doesn't it? A couple of lads gone to Morecambe.
That's right, yeah.
Cooney and Phillips. So I mean, that has to be right. I know we've had a fantastic run at under 23 level, but if they've got a chance of Football League action, they've got to take it.
That's the main thing at the end of the day. I mean, the what happens in the under 23 results, yes, you like to win games, but it's bringing the players on. If they can develop better, getting some proper league football, then that's fantastic.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And Grisson has gone to Oldham as well for a month, so you know, good for them, and let's hope that helps them. It's finished 3-2 in the end. They were 3-0 up at half time at Barnsley. Barnsley under 18s 2, Burnley 3. So that was a lively game, but another win for the youth team. They go to Mansfield in the next round of the FA Youth Cup. Here it's Burnley 3, Peterborough United 1. Goals for Jay Rodriguez, Eric Peters and Jeff Hendrick, and Ivan Toney got one back for Peterborough 6 minutes before half time.
Don't think we're expecting any half-time substitutions, are we, with the way the game's panned out? As the
No, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. Peterborough out first, led out by nice skipper Mark Beevers. Just see if they've got any changes here. They are. Look like the board's there.
that third. Oh no.
I just wondered if he was just making the change on the board, but I don't think so. I think it's as you were. So they look like this. Pim and go. Across the back four, Mason, Beevers, Bennett, Butler. Midfield three, Reid, Brown and Boyd. George Boyd, of course, former Burnley player. Madison playing behind Tony and Isa. Here come Burnley. Led out by today's skipper, Jack Cork. Unchanged Burnley. No, Charlie Taylor's on, isn't he? Charlie Taylor's on for Eric Peters, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, Peters is there.
Oh.
Peters is there, so he's on for. I can't see Aaron Lennon's there. I can't see Johan Berg Gudmundsson.
That must be it.
I hope that's arranged, because I thought Gudmundsson was great in the first half. So we're going to see Charlie Taylor a little bit further forward. So it's Taylor for Gudmundsson. Taylor going across to that far touchline, so the fourth official can just hold the board up. That's a little bit of a surprise, isn't it? We saw a little bit of Charlie Taylor further forward before the start of last season, didn't we?
In pre-season, yeah, we did.
Sorry, yeah. Let's hope that was planned, because Gudmundsson's got a big part to play going forward.
We've signed a new left midfielder.
Yeah, he had a little bit of a go at centre-back as well in a pre-season, didn't he? He's a versatile lad.
Which match was that?
Pre-season, the pre-season he joined us.
Oh, right.
Had a little run at left centre-back pre-season. Oh, and we're underway. And just at the minute, Peters is further forward than Taylor. So everything we said there, scratch. We are underway. Madison to collect. Gets it left-hand side for Butler. Butler to get a ball in. Flicked on by Boyd. Might still fall in there. Mason had joined the forward line. Here's Madison looking to take it down. Has a shot. Comfortable save for Hart. Took it very easily in the end. Moving to his right-hand side. Not enough power from Madison.
So yeah, it does look like Eric Peters is in midfield.
Yeah, yes it does, doesn't it? We jumped to a conclusion that Taylor would be further forward.
Well, they shook hands and went that way as if it was.
Yeah, I'll have a go. I think
going.
Peters, I'll have a go in Dutch. Touchdown towards Madison. Burnley will clear the lines here. Tarkovsky. Next goal in this game, crucial. Burnley 3, Peterborough United 1. Chase here for Rodriguez. Beevers to it first. 30 years of age now, Beevers. We'll know him from Sheffield Wednesday, Bolton, Millwall. Promoted with the first two of those from League One. So an experienced centre-back. Here's Mason. Touched inside. On for Butler. Butler back for Beevers. Rodriguez to put him under a bit of pressure. Header one by Tarkovsky at the back. That's gone out of play. So Burnley, just to recap, I've got Lennon right-hand side of midfield. Eric Peters left-hand side of midfield. Cork, Hendrick in the middle. It's Wood and Rodriguez up front. The back line right to left is Lowton, Tarkovsky, Long and Taylor. With, of course, FA Cup winner Joe Hart in goal.
We're hoping that's just a precaution, aren't we, with Johan Berg Gudmundsson going off at half-time?
Yeah, I mean, I had talked about him perhaps having an hour, so let's just hope he was only going to have a half with an eye on Chelsea away. Pim with the clearance here. I mean, he's just had problems, hasn't he, with injuries at Burnley, calves, hamstring. I mean, I must point out, these last season at Charlton, he was virtually ever present. They've swapped here now, have they? It's Taylor to take the throw, in fact, gone back to Long. On for Tarkovsky. Peters is right up.
He's our furthest player furthest forward, isn't he?
Enjoying it, isn't he? Joe Hart here.
It's almost the front four,
with
isn't
the
it?
Clearance. It is at the minute. Lennon right-hand side, Peters left-hand side. Might break here for Lowton.
Outside left.
Well, yeah, no, old money. Yeah, he's certainly there, isn't he? Here's Hendrick, centre circle. Touches it back for Tarkovsky. Uses Lowton. Burnley don't want any more mistakes at the back. Don't want to let this forward line have any more opportunity. They've scored 32 times between them, Tony and Isa. And if you add Madison, who plays behind, That's another 10. So Peterborough have got goals in them. Here's Beavers to get it forward. Burnley can't be complacent. Headed one at the back by Tarkowski. Caught to take it down. Really good first 22 minutes or so, Burnley. But Peterborough back in the game now. Here's Boyd looking to spread it through for Tony. Big chance here, but he's had a heavy touch. Allowed Joe Hart to fall at his feet.
There's a suspicion of offside there, didn't there?
There was. We'd be having another look, wouldn't we? Thumbs up from Tony. Might have been his second or his third touch. Let's just have a look now. He starts his run. Oh,
No,
he's okay.
on.
No, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's fine. A touch in there amongst 2 or 3 let him down. Header one by Bennett. But they've got to be careful here. Very much still a game here. Header one at the back by Taylor. Rodriguez thought he might have been pushed early on in that. But they've won the ball back. Here's Butler driving forward from left back, clips the ball into the middle. It's beyond everybody. Tarkowski.
Yeah, it was offside that time.
The flag had gone up. Tarkowski was watching him closely.
They looked well offside.
Yeah. Burnley free kick. Linesman on that far side with his flag. Remains 3-1 to the Clarets. Good driving run from Butler, but definitely Tony was offside in the middle. Tony played Premier League football with Newcastle. Isa, big money signing from Bristol City, so they're known about. There's Boyd, ball over the top, looking for the run of Tony.
Again.
He's offside again. Looking to try and break the Burnley line and set off too early. Today's attendance, thanks Dave, 8,043, 1,659 from Peterborough. Not a bad attendance that. I think the James Hargreaves stands pretty full. Joe Hart with the free kick, halfway inside his own half. Looking towards Peters, just win the header. Wood to win the next ball. It's cleared by Reed. A real old-fashioned up and under that Kevin Long wins. Here's Peters. Stabs it forward, still in play. Rodriguez couldn't take it down. Reed, see more of the ball all of a sudden, Peterborough. Here's Maddison, Court gets back at him. Hendrick tries to nick it off him. Good skill though from Maddison. Looks to get the ball forward. Lowton wins the header. Court to take it down. Stab back for Hendrick. Hendrick's got Taylor with him. Taylor looking forward for Rodriguez. Nicely taken down on his chest. That'll be a Burnley throw near the halfway line. Well, Sean Dyche will be happy with the first half. Won't want any complacency. Got Burnley on the front foot again here.
Must be cold today. Sean Dyche is wearing a coat.
Yeah, it is cold. Yeah, you feel it up here. Here's Cork, wide for Lowton. Been out of the side recently, Matt Lowton. Nice ball forward, finds Lennon. Lennon turns, faces his man. What's he got ahead of him? He's going to go wide for Peters. That's what Peters can do here. Stabbed it forward immediately. It's blocked by the defender. Here's Hendrick, left-hand side. Good turn here from Lennon. Oh, he's found Rodriguez, big chance.
Yeah.
That's the fourth for Burnley.
Great finish.
Great ball, great finish. Top notch from Jay Rodriguez. That's a classy goal. We'll have a check on VAR.
No doubts there, I don't think. Well onside.
But played it so well there, Burnley. We're just waiting on VAR. Is that Rodriguez? 6th of the season. He's finished it ever so well. Good play in there, wasn't there? From Lennon and from Hendrick. And in the end, Rodriguez got himself in a good position. He's onside. I think Jay Rodriguez is fine. He's tucked it inside the post. And that should be Burnley 4. Peterborough United 1.
What's taking so long?
Just having another check. I think Wood might have been an offside, but Rodriguez was fine.
Shouldn't take this long, should it?
You wouldn't have thought so, unless there's something we're missing here. Rob Jones got his finger to his ear. Just checking and checking and checking. I mean, I think that'll count. It does.
Finally.
I mean, why is it taking that long? That's the question, Dave. Doesn't need to take that long, does it?
Doesn't help, does it?
It was a good goal as well. I think one view of the footage and you know he's onside, don't you?
You'd think so.
Isa pushed over here by Long. Burnley wanted that goal. In a very open game, Burnley wanted that goal. And just a reminder, I think, Barnes and Wood have had the nod as the starting partnership. And just a reminder from Jay Rodriguez what he can do. Here's Butler up against Lennon. Touch back for Boyd. Good cross here from Boyd, but that's Joe Hart's. A lot of nonsense said about Joe Hart coming collecting crosses, and he's just indicated there, edge of his 6-yard box. He can do it. Rolls it out for Charlie Taylor. Just stabbing on for Peters. And in the end, they've made a mess of that. It'll be a Peterborough throw. I'm not sure they've played together with Taylor behind Peters. I suppose he didn't have any other option on the bench. Might have considered bringing Ali Koike on, perhaps.
That was an option, yeah, possibly.
Let's hope Johan's okay. Just looking for him on the bench there. As soon as we get any indication, we'll let you know. Back with Beavers. Poor ball, and Lennon's onto it with his pace. Got pace, Aaron Lennon. Helps it on here for Wood. Can Burnley get a fifth here? It's left for Hendrick. Peters available left-hand side as a shot.
No power.
No. Left the power behind there. Easy one for Christy Pym.
I think Jay Rodriguez is looking for his hat-trick, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't be his first. He's scored against Burton Albion, wasn't it?
Yes, it was in the League Cup, wasn't it? Got a hat-trick. Got 4 that day, I think, Dave.
2 penalties.
All count. All count.
We need extra time for that one, though.
Well, we did, yeah, we did. It was a cold night, wasn't it?
3-3 at full time.
Yeah.
Full time, 6-3 after extra time. Wasn't it?
Yeah, wow, yeah. It's a late night. Here's Brown. Stabs it forward for Mason. Madison had continued his run. I mean, Peterborough do like an open game. Not sure it suits George Boyd too much. In a midfield 3, here's Reid. Looking for Madison, who just peeled away. Taylor wins the header. Peters to win the next ball. Bit of skill.
Definitely fouled.
He was foul, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mason had stopped his path, blocked his path. And that'll be free kick Burnley. Left-hand side. Burnley leading here by 4 goals to 1. 2 for Rodriguez, 1 apiece for Peters and Hendrick. Tony got the Peterborough goal. Maybe Eric Peters fancies more, Dave. You know, he's had that left foot drive from 30 yards. I'll go further forward. He's probably volunteered for the role.
Perhaps.
Sees himself as a goal scorer now. Here's Hart with the free kick. 10 minutes gone in this second half. Hart with the boot forward. Peters to try and win the header. Here's Isa inside his own half. Sudan Bourne forward. It's clipped off a Peterborough player, so it'll be a Burnley throw. In front of Sean Dyche. Just to recap on that attendance, 8,043. Decent attendance, I think. Burnley were sensible with pricing. Kevin Long back to his keeper, Joe Hart. Winner 2011, I think it was. Stoke City 1-0 at Wembley. Yaya Toure, I think, got the goal. Here's Cork. Inside for Hendrick. Taylor had continued his run left-hand side. Taylor beats one. Defender Mason across to win the next challenge. Keeps it in play. Trying to clear his lines here, the former Real Madrid youth. Oh, good skill from Madison to flick it on. It's a chase between him and Kevin Long now. And I think Kevin Long might have just eased him off the ball. And that'll be a free kick for Peterborough near that touchline. Is he going in the book here?
I don't think so. For
just
that.
a chat, is it? Would be harsh, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sensible refereeing, I think.
Yeah,
there was a bit both ways and pushed a little bit too much, and it was a foul and no more.
Yeah. The referee just indicating it's near the touchline, having a word with Madison. Madison took a tumble. Peterborough change. Youngster coming on, Ricky J. Jones, just 17. He replaces Mo Isa. So Ricky J. Jones, just 17. We'll play through the middle. Youngster who only made his debut against Burton back in November. So just pick that number up, it's 37. Ricky J. Jones. Free kick on that far side. Madison with it. Plenty in the middle. Madison tends to take all the set plays, swings it in. Taylor wins a header. Lennon jumps for the next ball. Burnley win it through Kevin Long. It's brought back here. Referee not happy with something. He's booked Brown. I'm not sure what happened there, to be honest. He saw it serious enough, didn't he, to bring it back.
He could wait and book him. We were free there, weren't we?
Kevin Long was doing the
really well.
Franz Beckenbauer stuff at that point. He could have. Yeah, I mean, Brown seems a bit bemused why he's been booked.
Steve Davis-esque, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, he falls free here. Does he dive in a touch?
Yeah.
He does. It's a foul, but Kevin Long's fine, isn't he? Possible red card, yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, my solution was the best. Let Kevin Long go on his
wasn't a stamp.
Bring it back. No. There was minimal contact. The lad was stretching to try and get the ball. It was a foul.
If Mike Dean doesn't want to give a red card, then it's not a red card, is it?
Careful. That was our last red card, wasn't it? Robbie Brady at Huddersfield. Mike Dean was in the middle.
Well, we've only had one in the Premier League in 2.5 seasons.
I know. Yeah. Last 3 seasons. Yeah, that I think answers some of the criticism Ben Mee got, doesn't it? All those appearances. Is it 155 off memory?
Yeah.
He's never had a yellow card suspension, never had a red card in the Premier League. So, I mean, a lot of nonsense talked in the last few days. Here's Mason. Burnley leading here 4-1 against League One Peterborough. I mean, Burnley, people will look at it and think, well, Burnley should be 4-1 up. You're never happy in a way, are you?
Gone out.
Just gone out. Play Burnley throw, isn't it? Just in front of Ferguson, taken quickly by Taylor. Gone back for Kevin Long. Kevin Long to spread it for Lowton. Did well, took it on his chest. Eases it inside for Cork. Back again for Lowton. A little careless, but did find Kevin Long. I think he knew what he was doing. Once you've made a mistake, I think the crowd are nervous with you. Hendrick, can't get away here from Reed. Reed's picked it up. They're 4 up here, Peterborough. What options has he got? Jay Jones has gone right-hand side. Here's Madison. Lennon was onto him quickly.
Did well, Aaron Lennon.
Yeah, he's had a decent game, Aaron Lennon, hasn't he? I think you've got to remember, he offers something a tad different. He's taking a bang, isn't he, Lennon?
I think he's all right.
Left foot, I think. Will that be a Burnley throw? It will. The referee just inquiring on his health. Just taking a bang on his left foot. He's okay.
You do want to see that. The players coming in, you want them to be showing something to try and earn the shirt, don't you, really?
I mean, you never get anything less than 100% maximum effort from Lennon. He's taking a bang for his trouble. Lowton back for Tarkowski. I don't think effort's been the issue, has it, Dave? I mean, sometimes you can be short on ability against some of the better sides in the division. I don't think effort's been an issue. Foul here. Beavers on Wood. He was pulling him one way and then the other. Beavers not happy with the decision, but he needs to get back into his centre-back berth, doesn't he? Past the hour mark. Burnley 4, Peterborough United 1.
Jay Rodriguez asking for it there. He's desperate for his hat-trick, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll be worried, won't he? Matty Vidra will come on at some stage, and if I was Jay Rodriguez, I wouldn't want to make way.
Be more likely to be Chris Wood, I think, as we were saying in the first half. That might be.
Yeah, I've got to say, I was a little surprised Rodriguez didn't start against Villa. Hendrick to get it in the mix. Headed away. Brown to touch on. Battles with Cork. Cork's done well. Spreads it nicely here for Lennon. Lennon against Butler here. Can he take him on? Comes inside nicely there, Lennon. Checks back, finds Lowton. Great ball. Lowton hangs it towards the back post. Headed away, headed behind. It's a corner, I think. Peterborough, I think there's a foul in there. Corner Burnley, first of the second half. Bennett did well in the end. Great ball from Lennon to pick out Lowton.
Taken quickly.
Yeah, gone under the boot of Hendrick. 1 or 2 groans from the crowd. It happens, doesn't it? Here's Jay Jones. And there's Lennon getting back to help Patch with
really
Madison,
well.
though. Madison picks out the youngster. He won't reach
offside.
that, though.
He's offside anyway.
He is, yeah, good spot.
Just careless on that corner, wasn't it? But played the ball back and it turned into an attack for Peterborough.
Yeah, another change here. Kyle Barker to come on here. Youngster, just 18, midfielder. And he's going into midfield.
Talking of hat-tricks, we haven't had a hat-trick for 3 whole years. We had Andre Gray scored one right at the end of 2016, then 2017, 18 and 19 we haven't had one. So.
No, it's been a while. FA Cup, Dave. There's a question.
Last FA Cup hat-trick.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Surely you knew I were going to ask that. I can't remember, to be honest. I feel I should. Anyway, it's not coming to me at the minute. Rodriguez to help it on through the middle. Burnley player down. It's Charlie Taylor. Peters has gone left back for the minute. They're trying to confuse me. Never mind everybody else. Here's Lowton on for Hendrick. Taylor went down in the box. Hendrick, nice turn. Drives away. Helps it on for Wood. Won't fall for Hendrick again. Butler should clear. Helps it on to Mason. Mason to get it away. This is an open game. Still more goals to come, I think. Jay Jones into Van Ball.
Yeah, definite.
Linesman was onto it, wasn't he? That's a cheeky one, isn't he? Similar angle, a minute.
Well, that is handball.
He's pointing to his upper arm, and I'm afraid, lad, that's handball. Shoulders different, but upper arm, young man, is handball. You're agreeing with the linesman there, in fact, aren't you? A free kick to Burnley. There was that with the Lallana, wasn't there? Where does handball start? Where is it? Upper arm. Where's exactly your upper arm?
Ian Moore, Canby Island. Have we had one since
yes.
then?
Yeah, that's a good one. 2001, is it?
You have a look at the list and see if you recognise.
I'd need glasses for that list. I would need my readers for that. Bear with us a minute, just as Butler clears here. FA Cup, isn't it? So Burton Albion was Rodriguez League Cup, wasn't it?
Don't recognise any more.
No, I don't. No, I think we're giving it to
Moore.
Moore, yeah. Canby Island here, wasn't it? That was 4-1, was it? 4-1.
Yes.
Yeah. They got back in similar in the game, and it got a bit scary. They were near the top of the conference at that stage. Barker to touch it back, and here's Butler, left back for Peterborough United. Looking for Jay Jones, who I think has got a bit of pace. Has played once or twice recently for them. Maddison for Boyd, back again for Maddison. Burnley leading here 4-1. No movement on the Burnley bench at the moment. That's gone all the way through to Joe Hart. Ankle injury, by the way, for Nick Pope. Wouldn't have been fit today, it seems. Went down in the game here against Manchester United, was it? Managed to play against Villa, but wasn't quite 100%, I don't think. Here's Beavers. Uses Kyle Barker. Made his debut in the Football League Trophy against Arsenal. That is a competition Burnley may possibly be in next year. If Burnley was to get Cat 1 status. Here's Barker in his own box. Clears it forward. Chases on. Taylor had the pace to get there. Done well, Taylor. Great run down the left wing. Whips in across. He's looking for Chris Wood. Header one though and away. Beavers is good in there. Good ball in though. Direction of the cross was A1. Mason's bounced off Rodriguez. Might break again here though for Burnley. It's with Maddison, left hand side, trying to thread a ball through. Good reactions from Tarkowski. They've got to be alert, Tarkowski and Long, because you get the impression Tony and Jay Jones will be running between them. It's back with Hart. Hart on for Tarkowski. Turns, faces play, picks out Lowton. Done well to keep it in play, Lowton. Collects the ball again, helps it on, got caught for his trouble. He'll bring it back. It's Barker on Lowton. The advantage wasn't clear, to be fair to the referee. Approaching the final quarter. Sean Dyche will be relatively happy, I think.
Yeah, getting that goal in the second half's helped, hasn't it? Back up to a 3-goal cushion. And yeah, Burnley look comfortable at the moment. I think we probably will see some more subs in the next 5 or 10 minutes.
I mean, I'll be thinking Matty Vidra will be coming on shortly, surely. Long was strong, just held off Jay Jones. Done well there, to be fair. Touch back here for Hart and a clearance from Joe Hart. Millwall now 2 up against Newport County. No giant killing from Newport this season, it appears. Cork on for Wood, stabs it back for Peters. More advanced role now, Eric Peters left hand side, showing his versatility. Burnley looking to build again from the back. Here's Cork.
Space on this side.
There is. Lennon spotted it. Cork, I thought he had. Used Cork shorter. Lowton's run was aborted. Oh, nice touch on here for Lennon. Lennon tried to thread it through.
Good block, wasn't it?
Yeah, unselfish there, Aaron Lennon. Could have gone for goal. And in the end, it's blocked by Beavers. Corner for Burnley. Promising move that just got aborted.
In the end, Lennon went for the ball across the 6-yard box rather than test Christy Pym.
We could have just done with the ball coming across a bit quicker there. Yeah, Matt Lowton had loads of space over on this side, didn't he?
You saw Lowton's frustration, didn't you, in not getting it straight away. Charlie Taylor's going to take this delivery, right-hand side, corner, swings it in, good delivery, good shape. Header won though at the back by Tony, helping out his defence. He's looked quite promising, Ivan Toney. Took the goal well. I mean, it's a big difference, League One and Premier League. He has a little bit of Premier League experience. Charlie Taylor's going to take the throw.
We were one of the teams mentioned, weren't we, in terms
we were,
of the,
whether that's a link, we don't know.
We've seen it before, haven't we? We signed a couple from Bournemouth.
Yes, we did, yeah. Just slightly different, I think, possibly. I mean, his price tag's going to be a little bit bigger than Wade Elliott's, Gareth O'Connor's, I think.
There was one going back a lot of years. We played, I think it was Gainsborough in the FA Cup, and we signed the entire defence. Well, back then it was the goalkeeper and the two defenders.
Two half-backs, whatever they call them, yeah.
And they'd signed them before 6:30 that evening.
Wow.
They pulled them back and they signed them.
Easier in those days. Here's George Boyd in his own half.
No agents to deal with.
No agents to deal with, no fax machines. Here's Beavers to get it forward. Off the chest of Jones. It's back with Barker. Here's Barker once more. An opportunity, I think, here. Ferguson get a couple of kids on. 20 minutes remain. Burnley leading by 4-1. Christy Pym to get that forward. Tarkowski wins the header. Here's Lowton. Lowton feeds Lennon. Lennon inside for Cork. Cork on in turn here for Hendrick. But it breaks down. It's with Brown. Brown to drive forward. Picks out Tony. Tony holds off Lowton. He's been fouled. That'll be a free kick.
Wasn't it? That could be a card.
Just wonder if Lowton go in the book here. Don't count against Premier League suspensions. Separate competition.
Just a word, final warning maybe then.
Yeah. Could have easily carded him there, couldn't he? You know, Tony had turned away from him. The chunks of the shirt. Free kicks left of centre. 25 yards from goal. It's a 5-man war currently. Joe Hart just busy working that out. Lennon stood over the ball. Ashley Westwood got booked for something similar, but he did look to be lining up the wall a few weeks ago. Lennon's escorted away by Robert Jones.
Not sure on the curvature of that line for the wall.
Yeah,
one end.
Why shouldn't it be straight?
well, it should be slightly curved, shouldn't it? But
it should. But I mean,
one end's 2 yards closer than the other.
It's ridiculous. Got carried away with the swirl of the spray, I think. Maddison's over it. Is he looking to test Joe Hart here? Joe Hart in the centre of his goal. Maddison to hit it. Hit the wall. Wall did its job. Maddison having another go here. Well wide. They think it's got a deflection. It hasn't. I think Chris Wood took the first effort, and that's winded him. And he's just on the deck. Robert Jones across to enquire. There's a little bit of movement on the Burnley bench. I mean, at 4-1, you'd be thinking getting Vidder on here, I think, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Get a fresh pair of legs on and rest a first-team player.
Yeah, I think Chris Wood's okay. I think he just took the blow. There is movement, isn't there? Notes are being taken. Sean Dyche has given instructions. He'll be pleased today.
Maybe a chance to give
I don't think it is the impact of the shot, is it? It's his left leg. And Chris Wood is just having a bit of treatment here.
Might be a chance to give a debut to Ali Koike.
It could be, yeah. You're 4-1 up, yeah, exactly.
Good a time as any, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, being up to his feet here, Chris Wood, this is a worry, isn't it? Gummison off at half-time.
His left leg.
Yeah. Looked like they were tweaking the hamstring of the calf there. Be Burnley make the change now.
Yeah, won't take any chances. Looks like it's Vidra, is it, over there on the bench getting stripped off?
Yeah, there is movement. Here comes Matty Vidra. Let's hope that's okay. I mean, Chris Wood with 8 goals in the Premier League this season is vital for Burnley. There's a nod of the head from Chris Wood. I'm just hoping that's not too serious. I thought initially it might have been the free kick hit him, but...
yeah, it would have been odd needing the trainer for that, wouldn't it?
Yes,
really?
it would. Matty Vidra to come on. Applause for Matty Vidra. He has got a FA Cup hat-trick to his name in his Reading days against Huddersfield Town. Rodriguez will just be breathing a sigh of relief. He stayed on here, I think, and Vidra's come on for Wood. No further treatment for Wood. He's gone to the dugout, which is a good sign, Dave, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. He seemed to be ambling off all right there. Maybe just a precaution.
Rodriguez is on the chase here against Bennett. Bennett under pressure, keeps it in play, hacks it away left-footed, but only as far here as Jeff Hendrick. Hendrick, good skill, touches it on, headed away by Butler. Court got there, but only for the benefit of Brown. Here's Maddison. Peter will still think there's time if they've got a goal now, but that's a poor ball from Maddison. Lowton onto it, finds Lennon, using his pace here. On for Vidra, first touch for Vidra. He was nearly through on goal. Good challenge in the end, I think, from Bennett to deny him. Beavers is isolated here by Rodriguez, hacks it out of play. Burnley throw. If you just thought for a minute, Vidra was in with his first touch.
Yeah, defender did well in the end, got a block in there.
Yeah.
That was Reece Bennett, I think, wasn't it, in the centre, and just put him off his stride, really.
It's back with Kevin Long near the halfway line. Burnley leading here 4-1. Here's Tarkowski, just uses Long. Just a reminder of what Kevin Long can do today. He's had a steady... Oh, and he gives that away. Here's Tony. Oh, I've got to keep my mouth shut.
Nearly a commentator's curse.
Oh,
there,
keep my mouth shut. Lowton's won the ball. The break in the middle of the park for Barker. Here's Butler on for Maddison. Ball into the box here is dangerous. Flicked on, but well wide of the target. The corner came off a defender. Peterborough's 5th corner of the game. Good ball in here. Maddison's obviously their creative player. Assuming that's come off Long.
There were no objections, were
No,
there?
there weren't.
Must have taken a touch off him.
Yeah, Tony jumping with Long. Maddison across to take the corner. 15 minutes remain. Burnley leading by 4-1. I guess a goal now and it might be interesting. Maddison with it. Swung in on that far side. Header 1 from Beavers, bouncing around in then off the line. And hooked in, they've scored. Ricky J. Jones.
Checking for handball, I think, there.
I think there's going to be a check here. Ricky J. Jones is getting the congratulations. Peterborough think they've got it to 4-2. The ball's been collected to the halfway line. There will be a VAR check, but it's Ricky J. Jones that's got the goal. Burnley 4, Peterborough United 2. One at the back post, Beavers bounced around in there.
Hint of handball, possibly.
I can't see anything wrong first time. Header 1 bounces around in there. As Tony got contact with his arm in there. Burnley seem adamant that it's not right. Beavers won the header. Bounces around in there. We're waiting for the angle. Nothing wrong with Ricky J. Jones's contact. Possible foul, is it? I think it'll be given. I've got to say, I think it'll be given. I don't think there's enough wrong in there. Ricky J.
We've
Jones.
taken the ball back as if we're thinking it's a free kick.
Yeah, though the referee's grabbed it in the end, hasn't he? Burnley just couldn't get it away. Peters had cleared it on the line. Hadn't gone over, had it? And in the end, Ricky J. Jones has hooked it.
No, he's given the goal.
He's given it. Back in it, Peterborough. I think it was his chest, to be fair. I think it was Tony's chest. Corner wasn't cleared. And maybe a bit of hope for the League One side. Burnley won't be happy with the 2 goals they've conceded. Lowton for Hendrick. Boyd trying to knock him off the ball. Boyd's got the free kick. Takes it quickly, but too quickly. The ball was moving. Does annoy footballers, that. Does annoy managers as well, but Robert Jones well within his right to bring it back. Looked like we'd cleared it off the line, didn't we? And Burnley would be disappointed there.
Yeah, just another sloppy goal. Both goals have been sloppy ones, really, and avoidable, and it's given them a little bit of hope at 4-2.
Yeah. Yes, it has. Yeah, they've got goals in them. Here's Maddison to swing it in. But they need to win the header if they can. Who's that gone off?
Gone straight through, I think.
Yeah, no contact. It'll be a goal kick. Joe Hart in no hurry to take it. It's been an open cup tie. Blackburn have equalised at Birmingham. Birmingham 1, Blackburn 1.
Fancy a trip to Ewood Park for the next round?
Yeah, well, there's a long way to go yet. A long way to go yet. The draw on Monday. Burnley currently leading 4-2. Got to see this one out first. Beavers to win the header. He caused the problems from the corner. Taylor wins that. He thinks it's come off the attacker. Peterborough want the ball quickly here. Jay Jones, I think it's his first of the... No, it's his fourth of the sin. They've all come in the cup. Here's Hendrick striving away into the opposing half. Oh, look to pick out Rodriguez. Nearly a good ball. Beavers for Boyd. Furthest man back here, George Boyd. Helps it on. Ball forward from Butler. Goal now for Peterborough. Well, it would be tight. It would be tense. Gone all the way through to Joe Hart, who'll roll it out for James Tarkowski. He thought he was fouled, I think, for that corner, the far post. Long ball looking for Vidra. Bennett to win it. Just takes it away from Rodriguez. Good skill from the former Bolton man. Ilopo and Coyle have seen that, I would imagine. Mason to drive forward. Right-hand side. Life in the tie yet. Peterborough knocking on the door. Hooks it inside. Back from Tony. It's going to go left-hand side for Butler. The left-back coming forward. Boyd trying to go on the overlap. Oh, good ball in there. Flicked on and wide. Burnley thought there was an offside.
I don't think it was it?
No, I think Tony was okay. It was an imaginative flick.
Audacious little
yeah, but wide
flick.
In the end. Well wide in the end. Just showing his bits of class. Cries have come on Burnley in front of us. We'll see now. I think he's all right.
Yeah, I think...
Might have been very tight, but I think he's all right.
Played on by Matt Lowton, I think, there, wasn't he?
Yeah, just flicks it. It's almost behind him. I think Joe Hart might have had that covered to his left-hand side. Final 10 minutes. FA Cup tie full of life, full of goal opportunities. 4-2 to Burnley. Entertainment value has been high today. Rodriguez coming to meet that. Flicks it on for Vidra. Vidra couldn't just take it. Beavers, Mason back here for the keeper. It's awkward for the keeper here. Christy Pym gets a good boot on it. Really good boot on the roof. Nearly bouncing down Harry Potts' way. A good kick that from Christy Pym under pressure. Will that come down? There's a spare ball rolled out for Charlie Taylor.
Close to the linesman.
Yeah, comedy value high. Nearly found Kevin Long, who collects the ball from the throw-in. Here's Cork. Back for Tarkowski. 4-2. Burnley be disappointed with the two they've conceded. Rodriguez trying to take that on his chest, trying to hook it wide. It's come off the defender last of all. We'll get news on Chris Wood and Johan Berg Gudmundsson after the final whistle. Those will be key questions for the manager. You'll see all reaction on Claret's player, of course. Another Burnley throw. Just making a little bit of progress left-hand side. It's back with Kevin Long. Tarkowski here now. Under pressure, uses Long. It was awkward for Long. He's hacked it back to Joe Hart. Done well in the end. And Hart with a good clearance. Looking for Aaron Lennon here. Lennon and Butler together. Taking it down well, Aaron Lennon. It's a decent game, I think. Hendrick for Cork. Lowton down this right-hand side. Back for Cork. Hendrick back for Cork. What, 8 minutes remain? Burnley don't want any scares in these 8 minutes. Hendrick spreads it for Peters and Taylor. It was between the two of them. Taylor takes it on. Peters back on for Taylor. It's a bit too much on that. If Taylor can keep it in, has done. Oh, knocks it inside his man. He was fouled. Clearly fouled. The referee just says no. Does he think he did it too far? Looked a clear foul to me. His path was blocked. Here's Tony. But Burnley win it back with Peters. Peters inside nicely for Hendrick. Lowton's available. Oh, it was blocked by Madison. Hendrick has another go. Feeds it through left-hand side this time. There is an overlap for Rodriguez with Peters. Back inside for Hendrick. It's a lot of the ball today, Jeff Hendrick. Gets it back here, left-hand side. Can he turn and get a cross away? He's won the corner. Yep. Well done. Fourth corner of the game to the Clarets. Burnley have one change left. And it's going to be Jeff Hendrick to take the corner. Tarkowski coming up. Kevin Long coming up. Beavers picking up Kevin Long. Tarkowski moving well. Oh, it's flicked on towards Tarkowski.
Possibly there.
It did look potentially, didn't it? Here's Tarkowski. Can he get a cross away? He's kept it in play nicely. Good skill from the big man. And in the end, it's a throw only. We saw a little array of little tricks there from James Tarkowski. You try to get the cross away. Lowton will take this throw. Burnley no hurry, leading 4-2. Wanting options here. There is movement, but Vidra in the end gets the nod for Lowton. Lowton just stabs it back for Tarkowski, back in turn for Long. Approaching the final 6 minutes here. Taylor under a little bit of pressure from Ricky J. Jones. Inside here for Cork. Back on again for Peters, on for Hendrick, back for Peters, good. Crowd appreciating it. Here's Cork. What's the movement ahead of him? Left-hand side with Rodriguez. Uses Peters again. Taylor's runs a ball to down the left flank. Lowton wants it. Hendrick, if he can feed him, helps it on for Lennon. On in turn for Lowton. Had to just track back again there. Here's Lennon again. Uses Hendrick, back wide for Lowton. Rodriguez in the middle on a hat-trick, remember. Oh, there's a problem here for Lennon, is there? He's just gone to the floor. He's okay, I think. Here's Lowton again. Good skills inside for Vidra. Turns nicely. Oh, picks out Lennon. Good ball here. Lennon back, trying to cut it back.
Surely.
Did he hit George Boyd? It's a corner.
They're going to check that one.
Are they? Just looking on the referee. I haven't seen the signal.
He was kind of committed then on the floor, and it looked like the... Yeah, it's definitely a handball,
isn't it?
Surely a penalty
that
for
should
that.
Be checked. It stops the...
Are they checking this, surely?
The path of the ball, doesn't it? Well, that did look like a check that should have been made. Not happening. Corner only. Taylor with it. Swings it in towards that near post. Headed away. And it might fall here for Brown. Just to try and get the clearance away. Tarkowski putting him under pressure. Lowton will pick up the loose ball here. Gets it back for Lennon. Lennon inside nicely here for Lowton. Looking to have a shot. Well over.
Sliced it, didn't he?
Yeah, it's been a while for Matt Lowton. Scored at MK Dons for Burnley in our championship winning season. Rodriguez has got the man of the match. It was a tap-in early on, wasn't it? But really good goal to put Burnley 4-1 up. Lax playing against Peterborough. And here's Christy Pym with the goal kick. Chance if he's one of our own. And it's a reminder what he can do here, Dave, isn't it? You know, I know Barnes and Wood have been preferred, but it's a reminder what Jay Rodriguez can do.
It's certainly a fantastic option to have.
Madison trying to clip the ball through. He's chasing his own ball in the end, and Joe Hart's got it. He's got goals in him, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, we've seen it already this season in the glimpses of the games he has played. Perhaps not got as much game time as he would have liked, but it's always going to be difficult coming to a side where you've got the partnership we've had.
Yeah, been one or two things, but we've won 19 times out of 42 times Wood and Barnes have started in the Premier League. It is a fantastic record. I can understand why the manager went to that partnership again against Villa. Vidra back for Cork, but Rodriguez is going to be knocking on the door.
Again on this
Leonard
side.
goes left-hand side, uses Peters. Peters thought about getting the cross in early. Lennon's joined him on that flank, uses Lennon again. Ball inside for Peters is overhit, and Peterborough have nicked it. Final 3 minutes here. Here's Boyd looking to counter-attack, but Burnley read it well through Tarkowski. Big boot on it, all the way through to Christy Pym. 3 minutes remain. Just wonder if Burnley will make one last change and get Ali Koiki into the action for his Burnley debut.
Yeah, surprised we haven't seen him. You'd have thought with the 2-goal cushion we'd have taken that opportunity to get him on now.
Not there yet though, Burnley, are they? Peterborough still asking questions. Here's Lennon, back for Lowton. Lowton's done well. Cork on for Rodriguez. Down this right-hand side. It's off Beavers. Burnley throw.
I think we're seeing some action on the bench now, are we?
Oh, we are.
Being stripped off there.
On cue almost, isn't it? Yeah, just wonder if that's what we're thinking it's going to be. Here's Lowton. Hendrick turned into trouble. Boyd's nicked it off him. Ball forward here for Tony. Tony on in turn for Madison, who's come alive down this left-hand side. Ricky J. Jones in the middle, but it was a poor cross. Easy one for Joe Hart. Movement on the bench for Burnley. 2 minutes plus time added on remain. Here's Hendrick. Just uses Taylor. Taylor checks inside. Back for Hendrick. Hendrick to use long. Squares it for Tarkowski. Wide for Lowton. And a bit of space here, Matt Lowton. Ball in, it's not his best. Can't find Vidra. Forward here for Madison. 2 up here though, ahead of Madison. He's got options and he's driving forward, Madison. Running at the Burnley defence, looking to have a shot. It's blocked by Tarkowski. Madison thought about leaving it for the throw, and in fact in the end he has. Burnley ready with the substitution? Yes, I think so. Here's the change. Westwood.
Ashley Westwood, yeah.
Westwood for Court with a couple of minutes left. Court for Westwood.
Is he taking the armband as well?
Yeah, I don't think it's come off yet, has it? It's already off, isn't it? It's already off. He's passed it already very quickly. I wonder if James Tarkowski's got it in the middle. Hard to see from here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, just adjusting his sleeve, isn't he? His left sleeve. I think he'd passed it on before the substitution was announced. Boyd back for Butler. Boyd once more. Beavers inside for Bennett. Under pressure here, young Barker, good skill. Uses Beavers. Burnley leading 4-2. Final seconds of the 90. We're just waiting for the 4th official to put the board up. Beavers inside for Bennett. And we're just about to find out now. It's 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Here's Brown. Uses Beavers. On for Boyd. Left-hand side, just enters the Burnley half now. Wearing 21, George Boyd. A little bit sloppy, but it does find Madison. Madison's a busy little player. Good skill to get away from Westwood. Oh, puts a good cross in, but Joe Hart here to collect. 10 yards from goal. Comfortable take for the former England keeper. The draws on Monday. Burnley number 31. With a 2-goal cushion, that we can safely say Burnley will be going forward. Here's Rodriguez. Helps it on for Vidra. Vidra now to run at Bennett. Who's he got in the middle? Taylor's got a run in there. He's looking for Lennon. Too much on this. Lennon will retrieve it though. Up against Butler. Thought about going to the corner flag. Hooks it back for Lowton. Men in the middle now. Lowton square for Hendrick. Rodriguez will still want one last chance of getting that hat-trick. It's with Lennon for Westwood. Westwood inside for Long. On for Peters. Taylor looking at that left touchline inside for Rodriguez. Rodriguez gone again for Taylor. Good ball. Taylor will collect this. He's got Vidra in the middle. Only Vidra. Look to pick him out. Beavers with the header away. Rodriguez has nicked it. Oh, I think Rodriguez is fouled here.
Just outside, wasn't it?
Yes, just outside.
Definite foul.
Yeah, he caught Barker sleeping as he thought he had time to clear it. Nipped in. Won the free kick. And is this Jay Rodriguez's opportunity of a hat-trick?
Yeah, let him take this one, wouldn't you?
You'd think so. He's won the free kick after all. Barker not happy with the decision, but I don't really see what the referee could give there.
Did really well to nick the ball off him, and then
absolutely.
Well, I don't know, caught his thigh on the way through.
Yeah. It's not malicious. It was just clumsy. Right near to the edge of the box. Jeff Hendricks placed it.
Yeah, if I was Jay, I'd be asking for this one.
I'm on hat-trick here. He's walked away from it, hasn't he? He has walked away from it. The wall's in position.
Because I'll have the deflection when it comes back off the keeper.
Yes, yeah, I'd be concentrating on that. Staying on side. Handshakes between him and Barker, no ill feeling. Hendrick fancies this, just outside the box.
Sure you're onside?
Yes, absolutely. Hendrick hits it. Oh, it hits the bar. Falls for Vidra.
Oh, deflected over, wasn't it?
Yeah, defender got back to block it. Butler. It's a good free kick from Jeff Hendrick. I'm not sure the keeper was getting there. Did the woodwork. Ballooned up back for Vidra, who hit it well first time.
Well, I think it went into the ground, didn't it? And then the defender just managed to tip it.
Yeah, he's not getting there, the keeper.
Over.
Vidra hit it well into the ground and off the defender for a corner. Maybe one last chance here for Burnley. Good free kick, Jeff Hendrick, to be fair. The keeper was beaten. Would have been 5-2. Here's Taylor to deliver now. Swings it in. Good ball in there, Pims collected. Of course, it was 5-2 the last time we met here. Charlie Austin got a hat-trick. Hendrick was close to his second there. Oh, good ball forward for Maddison to chase. He'll get there as well. Long across to try and deal with it. Holding Maddison up. Maddison will turn, try and get a ball in. We're in the final minute, perhaps of added time. Mason's gone on the overlap. Good cross into the middle. And Tarkowski knocks it behind. Corner Peterborough. They are a side that keep on attacking, even when they're behind. You can see why there's a lot of goals in Peterborough games in League One.
Maybe they need a defensive coach.
Well, possibly. Yeah, need to sort that back line out, don't they? Have they time to take it? Just about, I think. Plenty up. Everybody back for Burnley. Corner to be delivered. Swung in. Burnley win the first header. Matt Lowton trying to win the second header. That's the full-time whistle. Burnley through to the fourth round. They've beaten Peterborough United here by 4-2. 3-1 at half-time. Goals from Rodriguez, Peters, Hendrick and Tony in the first half. Rodriguez made it 4-1. Goal of the game on 51 minutes. Lennon and Hendrick heavily involved. Fantastic finish from Rodriguez, clipped it past the keeper, and Burnley were 4-1 up. There was a sting in the tail on 76 minutes. Peterborough got a goal back to make it 4-2. From a corner, Beavers won the header. There was a hint of a foul on Tarkowski, but the referee and VAR were happy. In the end, it was converted by youngster Ricky J. Jones. Finished here, Burnley 4, Peterborough United 2. But job done, Burnley comfortably through in the end.
Yeah, job done's the headline, really, isn't it? Which wanted to do. We really good first half, got 3 goals up. They got a goal back, and I think getting the 4th goal in the second half took the pressure off a little bit. Obviously, Peterborough did get another goal back. But I think we always look fairly comfortable and be very happy to be through and in the hat for Monday's draw.
Good cup tie, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
To Peterborough's credit, they were very open, kept coming at Burnley even when they were behind. Just what Burnley needed in a way, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we took the chances we had. I think we played very well with the side we put out. We'd made 8 changes, but it was a strong side we had out there today. I guess the only worry might be on the injury front, whether it was just a precaution in terms of 2 substitutions we had with Johan Berg Gudmundsson going off at half-time and then Chris Wood in the second half as well. I'm sure we'll hear, well, we maybe won't know straight away, but we'll hear in due course. Hopefully that's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, we'll get reaction. Yeah, we'll get reaction on Claret's player.
We want them both to be available for Saturday, don't we?
Yeah, we'll be speaking to Sean Dyche. We'll get news on Chris Wood and Johan Berg Gudmundsson. A reminder here from Jay Rodriguez at what he can do.
Yeah,
2 good goals.
Sponsors man of the match, couple of goals, and he'll be delighted with that on the score sheet with 2 goals today, and really good for his confidence.
Yeah, all eyes on Chelsea now next Saturday.
Yeah, back to the grind in the Premier League. They don't get any easier, do they, with the games we've got coming up? Chelsea and also playing Leicester, aren't we? Some Arsenal, Manchester United, some real tough games in there.
Yeah, we'll be disappointed with the goals we've conceded here today, perhaps. We won't want to see that again at Stamford Bridge next Saturday.
No, and they'll be a lot more clinical with errors. I mean, obviously Peterborough did take the chances today. We can't afford to do that in the Premier League. We know what opposition we're up against.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks for your help. Hope you've enjoyed it on Claret's player and Com Live, and we'll be back with you for Stamford Bridge next Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff. Going to leave you the news. Burnley 4, Peterborough United 2. 2 for Jay Rodriguez. Goal apiece for Eric Peters and Jeff Hendrick. Tony and Ricky J. Jones on the score sheet for Peterborough United. But Burnley through to the next round. Job done. Burnley 4, Peterborough United 2. Goodbye from me.